tough road. The fight to stay in the NFL is even more difficult. Tonight, in Game 4 of the preseason, those two journeys collide. Chiefs, Rams, next on the Rams Broadcasting Network. Preseason football, the St. Louis Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs presented to you tonight and always by Edward Jones. Edward Jones making sense of investing, and we are inside the Edward Jones Dome this evening for the fourth and final preseason game for that man, Jeff Fisher, who has some tough decisions to make. The roster has to be down to 53 by 3 p.m. Central on Saturday. And with that, we welcome you inside the Dome and down onto the field. Andrew Siciliano, 7-time Pro Bowler Torrey Holt, this man, the Hall of Famer, Marshall Faulk. Guys, jobs are on the line. There's some players, however, we know are certainly making the team. And tonight is that very odd mixture, Marshall, of keeping people healthy and seeing people fight for jobs.
It is, and when you look at it, you think about this game and the importance of guys making jobs. But I'm more concerned with Seattle and did we make enough additions, and are those additions good enough for us to now win the NFC West? It start with Nick Foles, then you move to Todd Gurley, and then on the offensive line, you get a right tackle in Havenstein, and then Brown, your mom Brown, a nasty offensive guard. That boy, I would have loved to play with this guy. But it doesn't stop there. Nick Fairley is an addition that gives them depth on the defensive line. And some moves have been made. Some decisions are going to be made tonight. But it's all about winning the NFC West and getting into the playoffs. Tonight, it starts with those guys.
What about the other guys, Torrey? The guys who drove to the Edward Jones Dome tonight thinking, this could be it. I got to fight.
And it's number 62 and number 63, and Louis Trinker-Passat and Matt Longacre. Both guys have been very dominant in the preseason, very active in training camp. So one of those guys are going to get left out. I don't know who it's going to be, but they got an opportunity to make claim to possibly make the roster or be on the practice squad. And if you look at Passat, he's had 15 total tackles. Longacre has 13 total tackles. He's leading the team in quarterback pressures. The St. Louis Rams have some tough decisions to make with those two guys, but they've been getting off.
Yeah. A lot of depth on that D-line.
Yes, it is.
Like we saw last year as well, with a couple of guys notably fighting for that last roster spot at the end of the year. How about a linebacker as well? Because you know who those starters are going to be. And then you have others like Bryce Hager fighting for a job. You have Marshall McFadden fighting for a job. You have Cameron Lynch, an undrafted rookie out of Syracuse, fighting for a job. And the question could come down to simply, guys, special teams. Not just defense, but you got to contribute the other way as well.
Yeah, it starts with special teams, but you have to remember one thing. When you're a guy and you're accustomed to playing with guys who play at a certain level, you might not be playing with those guys. You can't allow them to bring your play down.
That's correct.
Assignment, you have to be on your assignments and responsibilities tonight.
Gonna have fun tonight. This is it, the final preseason tune-up before the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks come in here for the opener, week number 1. It is the Rams, it is the Chiefs, it is the end to the preseason for Jeff Fisher and this crew, and it's coming up next at the Edward Jones Dome. Les Snead and Kevin Demoff, Andrew Siciliano, Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, and down to the sideline, hi there, Martin Kilcoyne.
Andrew, thanks very much. It's been called the NFL being the no fun league or the not for long league. Well, if you're Austin Davis, you know all about that because last year he started 8 games for the Rams. At times, he was the toast of the town. But this preseason, just 5 passes so far for the Rams reserve, and he knows the number crunch. Case Keenum is the backup. Sean Mannion was the 3rd-round pick, so it's very possible for number 9, Austin Davis. Tonight is his final night in a Rams uniform. The better he plays, the more likely he gets a sniff, at least somewhere around the NFL. And for more on the matchup, let's send it over to Danny Kluppinger.
Thanks, Martin. As you just said, Sean Mannion is the guy likely to take Austin Davis's spot. Coach Fisher said we'll see a lot of the 3rd-round draft pick tonight, and he's done fairly well up to this point, other than the interception he threw against the Colts. But he's completed over 60% of his passes, has a touchdown. So tonight it's just about showing how much he's improved since being in St. Louis. Andrew?
All right, Danny, Martin, thank you. Sean Mannion, certainly one of the bright spots in this preseason for Jeff Fisher against a guy tonight that he played against in high school in Southern California. And the Chiefs and Andy Reid combined 312 coaching victories. They are 3rd and 4th on the all-time active list here, reading from left to right across your screen. And tonight they wrap up the preseason with slightly different perspectives and attitudes. Jeff Fisher today will see some of his starters on the field, including Nick Foles, Andy Reid mostly with the backups. We're going to start this one tonight, though, with Daniel Rodriguez back to return. He made it through the first set of cuts here, and he is one of the storylines we're keeping an eye on tonight. This very well could be the final time Daniel Rodriguez wears a Rams uniform. He is caught in a numbers game as well at wide receiver. Wouldn't it be great if Daniel Rodriguez, a proud Army veteran here, goes out with a great NFL moment?
Yeah,
we're about to get going.
And he had an opportunity. I think he spoke to the troops this week.
Yesterday, exactly,
yeah.
at Scott Air Force Base. And here's Daniel Rodriguez to open up the 4th and final preseason game. He takes it out, and he takes it to the 13-yard line, which is where the Rams will open things up tonight. Again, we're going to see the starters for just a little bit. When Nick Foles is on the field, that means we will see the first-team offensive line. That means you're going to see Tim Barnes in there, at least for now. Read into that, gentlemen, whatever you want, as we have a 3-player fight with Barrett Jones and Demetrius Rainey at center. Nick Foles here, maybe a couple of series, and he's going to start, as mentioned here, with Tim Barnes, who could be in the driver's seat starting this 4th and final preseason game at center. Opening drive, and we're underway. There's Tavon Austin in motion. Foles is going to go that way on first down, and Austin runs it out, catches it at the 20-yard line. Spotlight offensive players tonight for the Rams, brought to you by Nissan Innovation that excites. Isaiah Peed is also going to get a lot of time in the backfield tonight. Rob Havenstein is already impressing at right tackle.
And when you look at those guys, I mean, those are the guys we really want to see, and they're going to get some playing time. Nice route, nice pitch and catch.
I was going to
Foles to Austin
nice start.
right there.
Yeah, nice start. Real good route.
Gain of 6, gentlemen, on first down for Tavon Austin. Rams will run on second down, and there's Isaiah Peed getting a couple of yards, bringing up 3rd and 2nd. On the defensive side for Kansas City, the Spotlight players brought to you by Chevy and your Mid-America Chevy dealers. Visit your Mid-America Chevy dealers. Eric Berry, Marshall, you mentioned him at the pregame show. Great to see him back battling leukemia. He's been playing preseason, maybe not ready to go full speed, maybe not ready to be out there for all 4 quarters. But certainly everyone of the NFL is happy to have Eric Berry back in.
Just the perseverance and the focus to get himself back in NFL shape and to be back on the football field dealing with lymphoma. It's not easy, ladies and gentlemen.
Stedman Bailey there in motion on 3rd and 1, and we had movement on the line. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Bill Vinovich is our referee tonight.
Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And it's the same theme with the St. Louis Rams. We get out initially with a nice play to Tavon. We come back with the run. And then you have an offsides right here.
Demetrius
Rainey, who had a heck of a game last week. And is fighting for a position and to give that offensive line more depth. And here he is jumping offsides here, just in the 3rd, 4th play of the series.
Rams coaches think Rainey's better position might be at guard, but he's athletic enough to play both center and guard. His motion, though, makes it 3rd and 6. Foles is going to fire, and that one is going to be picked off. They're going to start the game with an interception, and it's taken down inside the 10 by Daniel Sorensen, and then that ball comes out again.
We may have gotten it back. Quick, Cook, he's better be hoping we got that ball back.
Wait for them to untangle this pile. Kansas City players obviously pointing towards the end zone. If it's their ball, and it is, the Chiefs will open up this game in the red zone.
As you see here, Cook comes in motion. It's some form of zone. He runs a post, and it's a nice throw by Foles in a tight, very tight window, Marshall. And Jared Cook, the team's leading reception leader the last 2 years, with a costly drop there and an interception, and Kansas City takes it down to the 4-yard line. Jared Cook has to catch the football.
Last week we started our first play of the game. He allowed a guy to penetrate it through his outside shoulder. 4-yard loss on the run.
Confirmed. First down.
loss of a 4-yard run, and right here, key third down play, and they come to you with, a ball that's well thrown as a quarterback, Nick Foles. I mean, what can you do there? You expect for him to catch that ball.
Absolutely.
Got to catch that ball. And now Chase Daniel brings his Chiefs onto the field. The former Missouri quarterback is going to hand to Spencer Ware, and he is pushing down to the 1.
And this is just some nice footwork right here. It's a little power play pull. Reads the backside as the backer overcommits, and there's the drive. You got to have that drive in your legs. And listen, Laurinaitis did a great job with a guy blocking him by holding him up and stopping him from getting to the end zone. That play goes most of the time.
And LaMarcus Joyner has to wrap up. Nice bang, but we talked about it last week. You got to run your feet at contact as well.
Spencer Ware, the former Seahawk, is into the end zone, and Kansas City has the early lead.
And you put your defense in a tough situation, and we are a good defense, and they will continue to be a good defense. But offensively, they have to continue to carry. They have to carry their load to help this defense out.
It'll be a 33-yard extra point here by the Kansas City kicker, Cairo Santos, who actually missed one last week. Dave Tobe, the chief special teams coordinator, said it was Santos' fault. Wasn't the snap, wasn't the hold, it was the kicker's fault. And here he is, Santos, trying to do it again. And he does. 7-0. Kansas City has the early lead after Nick Foles throws one in and out of the hands of Jared Cook. He couldn't hang on, and now the Rams are trailing. Playing catch-up early on. It's 7-0 Chiefs. Here by Spencer Ware, and Cairo Santos is set to kick off. It's early, 7-0 here. The Rams trailing the Kansas City Chiefs. Rams are looking at 3rd and 1. A motion penalty moved it back to 3rd and 6, and then a pick, a ball that Nick Foles put on the hands of Jared Cook.
And that's the snowball effect. When we talk about young teams, you can't back yourself up and then compound that with a turnover on the next play. So when you mention young teams, that's what a young team does. They make mistakes like that early in games.
And that mistake leads to a 7-0 score. Daniel Rodriguez, who you saw wearing number 3, is going to take this from halfway deep in the end zone. The 5, the 10, Rodriguez, little seam there across the 20 to the 26-yard line. The scoring summary brought to you by AAA. See how much you can save on auto insurance by visiting AAA.com. The Sorensen interception leads to a 2-play, 8-yard drive. It took all of 39 seconds. 31-yard return for Rodriguez, 5 yards deep, took it out to the 26. And Nick Foles is going to stay in there on offense. It was 3 and a pick on the opening drive, although you can't say that interception was his fault.
Tavon Austin is fired up tonight, isn't he? You see how he got out of the huddle?
Tavon Austin stacked at the bottom of your screen. Foles is going to throw him a screen, and Kenny Britt can't deliver the block. He's drilled by Tyvon Branch.
And Tyron Branch recognized that immediately. That's the same play that they ran against the Oakland Raiders when Tavon Austin had a 35-yard gain. It's twin stack, and he read that perfectly. And Kenny Britt's got to do a better job getting the block. It seems like his name is continuing to come up of plays not being made on Kenny Britt's behalf.
It's just an awful, awful effort at blocking for your teammate right there.
Result is a loss of 5 and a 2nd and 15 from the 26 back to the 21. A little bit of a play fake. They'll run it to the other side. There's Tavon dancing and then coming back to the near side. He's got a wall on the near side. The 35 and 40. He's at midfield. He's got blockers Stedman Bailey ahead of him and finally pushed out of bounds near the 35 of the Chiefs.
And that right there, when you hear people use the word dynamic, special, this play, this is a 2-yard gain, but his playmaking capabilities is right there, and that's why we always talk. You can get the ball downfield to some guys. He's a guy that you could put the ball in his hands right now, and he can make hay and move the ball for you.
They have to find more ways to get that man the ball. Tavon Austin, 43 on that one to the Kansas City 36-yard line. Isaiah Pete's going to carry on first down. He tries to get to the outside, and he does. Gets around 5 with the flag down on the tackle at the 30, Marcus Cooper.
And that was a good run right there by Isaiah Pede. Notice that the linebacker was up the field, ducked underneath, got good yards.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 22. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down. Correction.
Exactly. It was 31, not 22. Clearly there, Marcus Cooper, 15. Pretty flagrant.
Yeah, boy, those are the ones that I hated right there. Wrenches your neck and turns you around. And I'm just glad nobody went low on him at the same time, because that's usually when you get a knee blown out.
6-yard carry, a 15-yard penalty, and it puts the Rams now in the red zone. 15-yard line, Jared Cook the motion. Rams go heavy, and they run with Pede. Let's give them around 3 down to the 12.
Nice wraparound play right there. Listen, that Corey Harkey wraps around and does a good job at isolating the linebacker. And I like how Isaiah Pede got small and fell forward and got the yards. That's all you want from a back, to get as much as you can out of a run.
Corey Harkey's so underrated on this football team.
So underrated.
He just goes about his business, and he does his job every Sunday.
2nd and 7, hard count. Kansas City flinch.
Got man backside.
Yes, sir.
With Britt.
That's Kenny Britt, bottom of your screen. Play clock down to 5. And they'll run. Tim Barnes pulls left, and Pede gets drilled, but stays on his feet.
Nice block.
Nice run by Isaiah Pede inside the 5 for a first down.
Nice job by Brian Quick on the edge, just holding this man up and not letting this guy get off and get to the ball carrier. And just a tough run here by Isaiah Pede.
Tough. Nice take play. I love the way Cook gets the edge right there. The early read was up inside. He bounced it, dropped the shoulder. We work on that as running backs every day. Drop the shoulder, feed him your pads, bounce off, and then get more yards.
Way to work, Quick. Way to work on the perimeter. Nice job.
Got through the tackle of Sorensen, who had the pick earlier to set up the Kansas City touchdown. Pede is back at it. We're going to call it 1st and goal on the 5. Isaiah Pede again, fighting, pushing. Is he in? No.
Oh,
he's less than a yard shy of the goal line.
A nice, tough run. And I like the way he's identifying his blocks. Pad level is low. I just want to see you keep your feet moving.
Yeah.
You keep your feet moving, your lineman can get you in. Oh, I see why. You got a guy down there grabbing your leg. I was wondering why the feet stopped moving, and there we can see on the replay. Great run by Isaiah Pede.
Ramik Wilson among the Kansas City Chiefs trying to hold him out and did the job. Can Pede get in on 2nd down? He's got Harkey ahead of him in the eye. Isaiah Pede reaching, put him up, a touchdown.
Nice job. Nice, tough running, Isaiah Pede. You deserve that touchdown. That whole offense deserved that touchdown.
Watch the second effort. The second effort to stretch the ball over the goal line. Today, Isaiah Pede is making the moves and finding the necessary cracks that you have to find in the NFL. They're not always going to be holes, especially when you get to the goal line. Those little cracks you have to find, get sideways, get small, you got the ball over the goal line.
Tough one here for Isaiah Pede. He knows that Trey Watts has really run well this preseason, but Watts, remember, is going to be suspended the first 4 games of the regular season. The door is open for Isaiah Pede, and he certainly is doing his job tonight. Zerline for the 33-yard extra point, straight down the middle, and we are tied. Rams answer the pick and score with a 7-play and 74-yard drive, capped off nicely by Isaiah Pede, reaching into the end zone. Drive after the turnover by Jeff Fisher's offense. We're tied up at 7 here. Your scoring summary brought to you by AAA. See how much you can save on auto insurance by visiting AAA NFL.com. It's a 7-play, 74-yard drive. Took up nearly 4 minutes. Isaiah P., gentlemen, with a 1-yard run. He deserved that one.
Absolutely. That was a very efficient drive. Started out by Tavon Austin with the big run, creating things with his legs and his explosiveness. And then the offensive line getting a great push and pushing that ball in the end zone when Isaiah P.
I just like the answer. You turn the ball over on offense, your defense comes out there, quick change, don't hold them, and then you answer with the touchdown.
You saw Frank Signetti there up in the booth as the kick goes over the head of Steven Nelson for the touchback. Good play calling there. One play didn't work to Austin. Dial it up again from the other side, and eventually Isaiah Pede will reach that ball across the goal line. We are tied. 8:30 remaining. First quarter in the Edward Jones Dome. Rams broadcast is brought to you by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. By Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Also by Bommarito Mazda West County, South County, and St. Peters. And by Chevy. See your Mid-American Chevy dealers. The score is 7-7. Certainly did not start well for the Rams after the pick. Not Nick Foles' fault on the opening possession. Kansas City quickly scored, but the Rams answer with a long 7-play drive for Jeff Fisher, ending in an Isaiah Pede touchdown. And now we're back at it with football. Kansas City's second possession. The man who scored that first touchdown, Ware, with the carry. He's going to get 6. The spotlight players tonight on offense for Kansas City, brought to you by Nissan. Nissan innovation that excites to see Ware already had the touchdown. Chris Conley, the rookie wide receiver out of Georgia, who's made some plays, and Chase Daniel, the former Missouri Tiger.
And Chris Conley will give him some straight line speed. Kid from Georgia, very physical. He's got a huge wingspan. So he'll complement Jeremy Maclin as he continues to develop.
Absolutely. Oh, stop to the backfield. Darren Reeves on the carry, and he is dropped there.
Westbrook.
It was Alec Ogletree in the backfield.
Nice play, Ogletree.
He knifed in there so fast we missed his number.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's how fast he was. Thank you, Marshall.
What a great play. I mean, he was in there so quick we missed his number. That is the explosive plays that he brings to this team. Man, he shot by the tight end. Tight end tried to double with the other tight end outside of him, and he just missed him.
You're a good teammate, Marshall.
Sure is.
3rd and 8. They got to stop him short of the first down of the 25-yard line. Marcus Roberson comes up to make the tackle on number 83 for Kansas City, Fred Williams, the tight end.
Nice job, defense, zone. Let the offense or the receiver catch it in front of you and then rally up and make the tackle. That's a nice job.
I like the suddenness to the ball.
Absolutely.
People are going to catch balls in the NFL. What you have to do is make sure that you tackle them.
So good job of this Rams defense. Dustin Colquitt on the punt for the first time today. It's a high one. Daniel Rodriguez runs underneath it and loses that football. Muff punt on the 30. He's going to fall on it, though. Rams get it at the 32. 7-7. 6:32 remaining. Last week it was Aaron Donald in the backfield. Tonight it's Alec Ogletree. 7, just over halfway through the first quarter here at the Edward Jones Dome. 6:32 remaining. Nick Foles' night is done. 2 drives. Yes, he threw a pick that didn't look like his fault. Led the Rams down the field on the second drive. He goes 2 for 3, 49 yards. Led the Rams to a touchdown on the Isaiah Pede run. That means it's Case Keenum's job for now. Jeff Fisher made it clear this week what we kind of told you last week. Case Keenum has wrapped up the number 2 quarterback job on this team, gentlemen.
And to be expected. He played well. And when you look at the starts that he have under his belt, and that's what you want when you have a rookie at your 3rd string quarterback. You want to have a guy that can come in and help you.
Keenum is going to run a little bootleg here. He's got to hit his tight end, Justice Cunningham, who gets flipped up into the air, but comes down to the football. It's a gain of 1. Tyvon Branch hit him. Let's go back to the last drive, guys, because, Marshall, I know you liked what you saw there from Isaiah Pede.
Yeah, and this is when you're being featured. When you're being featured, you tote the ball consecutively, and you get yards. Bam, right there. He really showed me some stuff that I was doubting about him as a runner on that drive. His ability to read runs and get underneath it, and then ability to take a hit and bounce off of it and continue to get yards.
And now he's watching a little bit of an end around here. That's Chris Gibbons, maybe a couple of yards. Desmond Moses with the tackle.
And I just like what Isaiah P. He understanding Gurley's out. You know you got some guys down. Trey Watts is not going to be there. He just made a statement on that drive.
Sure did.
And that's what they wanted to see from him.
See what Case Keenum can do here on third down. You see Pete's numbers at the top. 6 for 24 so far. Don't know if his day is done, but if it is, he had a pretty impressive second drive. Harkey in motion. Keenum will loft, however, to Kenny Britt, and that's incomplete at the 40.
Right there, there's miscommunication.
And this is what it is. If it's zone coverage, which it clearly is, you set. He's trying to get there to sit. I think the quarterback thought that he was still going across in man. But Kenny looked like he was trying to set there. It's miscommunication between he and the quarterback.
So Johnny Hecker is on the punt tonight for the Rams. First duty for Hecker tonight. Frankie Hammond Jr. with a flag down, bobbles that ball with 1 foot on the sideline. They say he stayed in. Now a second flag is down, and now Hammond's working to the far side with some running room and some blockers, and then Adam McFadden's tackle across midfield to the 48. We have 2 flags down on this one. One of them back on the Rams side of the field near the original line of scrimmage at the 41. The other back in the vicinity of what's normally a block in the back or a hold back on the Kansas City 15. 52-yard punt, a 39-yard return. However, I doubt it stands. Bill Vinovich, your
There are 2
thoughts?
fouls on the play, both by the receiving team. Illegal block in the back. During the return, number 77. That penalty is declined. Holding. During the kick, number 51. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Kansas City keeps the ball. First down. Timeout.
When we come back, it's Chiefs football again. We are 7-7 first quarter in St. Louis. 7. Let's find out what's up and what's going on at Rams training camp. Tonight's camp report brought to you by 7-Up. Martin Kilcoyne, what's up, 7-Up?
Andrew, a short work week for the Rams. Of course, here Saturday, back at it on Thursday, but Coach Fisher did make it official. Case Keenum is the backup quarterback. Also, Tim Barnes, Barrett Jones still battling at center. Roger Saffold, who's been out injured, says he will be healthy in time for the opener against Seattle, and he will be playing at right guard. Also, Chris Long has been doing a lot lately to get the word out about his Water Boys initiative. His goal is to get money to get clean water for the folks in East Africa. More info at waterboys.org.
Martin, thank you. Great cause there by Chris Long. He has his brother Kyle Long involved as well, as here's a completion by Chase Daniel to the far side. That's to the rookie tight end O'Shaughnessy, and near first down yardage. The defensive spotlight players to watch tonight brought to you by Chevy. Visit your Mid-America Chevy dealers. LaMarcus Joyner leading the defensive backs, guys, with tackles in the preseason.
And he's done a good job. I mean, I like the fact that they're allowing him to play outside more. Last year they were working him inside. And I think this is just going to help him expand his game, so when he is inside, he understands what's going on outside of him and around him.
There was a gain of 11 on first down. That was a pick by Cody Davis, and a pick Cody. 6 for Cody Davis.
Nice read. Nice read. He saw it, trusted his eyes, and broke on it, and made a nice pick for a touchdown. And these are some of the plays, from what I was told, that he was making in training camp.
He has a pick seemingly every day in camp.
Yeah, so I mean, Cody is making his due when he has the opportunity, making plays on defense, and he have to make plays on special teams to be on this roster. And he's showing up and taking advantage of the opportunity. That's a nice job, Cody.
The defensive back coach, Brandon Fisher, constantly talks to his guys about trusting what you see and then go and make the play. And that's what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, A pump can happen at any time, but he trusts what he read
Absolutely.
the receiver's route, and Chase Daniels had nowhere to go. I mean, he pumped once, let the ball go. Cody Davis, nice pick, score for a touchdown.
No question. I'm looking at my notes, and beside Cody Davis, I have a good depth player and knows his role on special teams.
I mean, you just look at this. Chase Daniels comes out there, pumps once. You pump once in the NFL, it's probably going to be picked off. You pump twice, it's going to the house. And right there, Cody Davis, great job, touchdown.
And those are the kind of plays that the St. Louis Rams secondary will continue to have to make all year long to complement what they do up front. And I'll continue to say this, Rams fans, if they do that, this defense will be a top 5 defense in the National Football League.
Cody Davis just told Les Snead and Jeff Fisher, look at me now.
Right.
Look at me now. That's what this game is all about for guys like that.
I love it. That's nice.
You start to leap in front of people when you make plays like that.
You mentioned Brandon Fisher. You saw him there holding up the Microsoft Surface tablet there and looking at the play after the 23-yard return by Cody Davis. Greg Williams' defense got burned last week by Andrew Luck on that Andre Johnson touchdown. Tonight, though, his defense has done its job here early. It's a 14-7 game. And guys, you mentioned that defense, let's face it, will be called on at times this year. You don't want to say it, but it's going to be necessary to flat out win games.
No question. And Greg Williams, trust me, will do a good job of putting his players in position to make plays. And he's so exotic with his blitz. We all know that. But he's a good coach, and he's finding what his players can and cannot do. Being his second year, this defense, if healthy, will be something to deal with.
And let's just say
Nelson.
this.
Sorry, go ahead, Marshall.
Let's just say this. When you look in the NFC West, Seattle, they win with their defense. They have to play well for them to have a chance. San Francisco, that's been their calling card, you know, for a long time. And then Arizona, they stepped up their defensive play, and it lifted up their offensive play. The Rams are going to lean heavily on their defense, and that's just how it is until the offense can catch up.
4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Defense did its job there. Rams on top of the Chiefs 14-7. That's Darren Reeves there on the carry, the former Carolina Panther. Back to that touchdown. The scoring summary is brought to you by AAA. See how much you can save on auto insurance by visiting AAA.com. There he is, Cody Davis, 38, taking it back to the house, 23 yards on the touchdown.
Nice play by Westbrook here.
We talked a lot about Trinka Passat. Westbrook said, that was me last year.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to start making some plays.
So Ethan Westbrook's on that stop there for no gain on first down. Daniel yelling kill, kill, and working out of the shotgun here on second down. He's going to throw complete to Ware out of the backfield, who spins out of one tackle and gets 8 yards to set up 3rd and 2. Bryce Hager, who leads the team in tackles in the preseason, eventually gets credit for this.
And that's the advantage of having a veteran quarterback like Chase Daniels in there. If they're in a bad play, he can get them into a better play. And that's what he did right there, and now got him in the manageable situation, 3rd and 2. Great situation for a Rams defense to come up with another stop.
See if they can do it. 3rd and 2, 28-yard line. Chiefs need the 30 here. And they'll try to get it with Reeves on the ground. He gets it. Across the 30, give him 3.5 or 4 on 3rd down.
It just amazes me where the league has gone. 3rd and 2 used to be bring your heavy group in, get your fullback in the game, and hey, here's where we're going. And if you put too many in, we got a wide receiver outside. We're going to throw the ball to him, the man-to-man coverage here. Andy Reid shows the 3-receiver set, bunch some guys up with the tight end on the back end and run a nice wrap around to a single back. And you know, you have to back up and respect that.
Nice spread them out on 3rd down. Daniel sets up the screen. Reeves collects. Reeves near side 35. Hager, good job tracking him down, but a good job there. Play call gets around 8 on 1st down.
And Cameron Lynch, you know, part of your job as a linebacker is identifying if somebody let you run to the quarterback, something's wrong. I mean, you just don't get free runs to the quarterback. So as I've heard from a lot of great defensive players. Don't be a blind dog in the meat house. You can't just go running in there. Something's wrong.
That one goes for 6. Cameron Lynch, undrafted rookie out of Syracuse, fighting for one of those final roster spots. There's a big tackle right at the sticks by the linebacker number 56, Akeem Ayers, who certainly has his job wrapped up. That one, I don't think it's going to be enough for a first down. Do they call it a first? They do call it now a first down.
Nice job by Ayers getting his drops and then closing on the football. You're seeing these linebackers getting their drops, and they're closing on the ball. Not only are they closing, they're wrapping up in their tackle.
And Ayers is more known for being an outside edge rusher.
Yeah.
So to see him in a conventional linebacker spot, taking a drop and then breaking on the ball, I mean, it shows the progress that he's made to fit into this Rams system.
Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter, clock winding at 45 as Daniel runs the bootleg and throws short. 85 on the catch. Frankie Hammond Jr. and out of bounds at the 48.
I like what Joyner did there. He took away the deep throw by sinking as a corner and kind of forced Chase Daniels into making the throw to Hammond. That's just a savvy play that he made right there, because the throw behind him could have split he and the safety, but he made the smart decision. He forced Chase into the throw he wanted him to take.
There's Ryan Taylor, the former Packer tight end. He gets out of a tackle by Roberson and falls forward into Rams territory, 45 and a first down.
What Joyner talked about, how this year the game has kind of slowed down for him, and now he can just react more and just play the game.
We'll react more in the second quarter. First quarter in the books. Rams lead 14-7 over the Chiefs. Got an Isaiah Pete touchdown. Got a Cody Davis pick 6 as well at the Edward Jones Dome. For the Kansas City Chiefs, 14-7. We want you to be part of our broadcast. And you can do so tonight, Tori, by doing what?
Tweet.
By using the Twitter, everybody. Tweet us to the booth. We're going to go with the hashtag Govs Cup tonight. Govs Cup. Govscu.
Tweet us your best stuff. Holla at us.
And we're going to get your tweets on the bottom of the screen here. First and 10 to start the second quarter. That's Darren Reeves on
Westbrook.
the carry, and Ethan Westbrooks with another tackle at the line of scrimmage.
And Longacre. I mean, really, if you look at the Rams' defensive front, they're already 8 deep. They really could be 10 deep with the way Passat and Longacre has come on in this preseason, this training camp. I talked to Chris Long this morning, and he said that these two guys are some of the 2 most impressive defensive players along that front that he's seen since being here.
Longacre led the team in quarterback pressures coming into the game. Chase Daniel with a deep drop in time. Now he's going to step up and run by Hager. 35. Oh, spins out of a Joyner tackle and across the 30. That's a nice run to scramble there when he had nothing downfield by Chase Daniel, but there is a flag on the Rams 30. Gain of 14.
Holding. Defense number 49. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
You're going to get the corner, Montel Garner, who's fighting to make the team. Although I'm told it's 47, not 49, or maybe it was. Both of them on the field. Let's see. Got the hold there. Looks like they're getting Roberson 47, not 49.
Yeah. You know, and I know it's the 4th preseason game, but Chase Daniels is a guy that's capable of running. He ran at Mizzou. You have to identify that and not just rush him like he's a normal quarterback.
He's going to throw it this time to throw to O'Shaughnessy, the rookie tight end. Joyner there again for the tackle. Garner as well.
O'Shaughnessy.
Beg your pardon, it was Garner, not Joyner. Saw the 50. That was Lynch. Sorry, Tori.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
O'Shaughnessy, yes.
O'Shaughnessy. He averaged 17.5 yards a catch in school last year.
Tell you, he was one of those guys that everyone was talking about late, right before the draft. Played at Illinois State. Yeah. James O'Shaughnessy.
Nice blocker and a nice receiving tight end as well.
2nd and 2. Reeves has the carry. Reeves trying to use the stiff arm. Cody Davis not having any of it. And then it gets cleaned up there by Hager.
Hager can run sideline to sideline with the best of them. He was considered one of the fastest linebackers coming out this year's draft, and you see it there. This kid can run sideline to sideline, and when he gets there with bad intentions.
I like how Cody Davis fought off the stiff arm. Most of the time, the stiff arm drops the guy that's running up to you. He fought it off, kept the back level, and allowed Hager to come up and clean it up.
It's enough for a first down, and it brings them to the 15. Need the 5 for a new set of downs as the clock winds to 12:40 here in the second quarter. There's Chris Conley, the rookie, with a touchdown.
Yeah, nice route, nice design, and a heck of a throw by Chase Daniels. And I talked about Chris Conley complimenting Jeremy Maclin, and as you saw there, he's a long, gangly guy that's still improving his routes, and that was a really good route there. If they can get that kind of production from him throughout the course of the season, this Kansas City offense will be that much more opponent, particularly on the perimeter. You're talking about a football team that didn't score any touchdowns from a receiver, and you got a rookie in Conley, and then you bring over Jeremy Maclin, and you got a great offensive coordinator in Andy Reid that's calling plays.
It's a 12-play, 80-yard drive. The rookie Conley, for whom the Chiefs traded 2 picks to move up, gets the touchdown, a 15-yarder, and then Santos is on for the extra point, and we are tied. 14-14 in the final preseason game. Daniel to Conley to lock it up. Conley was at Georgia. He made a Star Wars movie. True story. 30 minutes. You can watch it online. It does not include his 15-yard touchdown, however, which tied this game. 12 plays, 80 yards. Corey, the scoring summary brought to you by AAA. See how much you can save on auto insurance by visiting AAA.com. Really, a Star Wars movie. He filmed it at the stadium in Athens.
Conley.
I don't really know where to go with that
It's a good piece of filmmaking. It is.
I don't know where to go with that one.
It's the 4th and final preseason game, guys. We're working in the stories.
I know. I just don't know where to take them.
Me either.
Daniel Rodriguez, also a great story from 8 yards deep in the end zone. 5-10. Rodriguez stays on his feet, brought down on the 16-yard line. Tell you what, here's another good story. Yesterday, Scott Air Force Base, the Rams do it every summer. They have their final walkthrough for the servicemen and women, their children, the families. I was there, guys. It's such a great event. And not just a great event because Daniel Rodriguez is here. And he said that when he was trapped in Afghanistan, he can't thank the Air Force enough for their drops to help him and his fellow soldiers through. But a great event because Jeff Fisher appreciates the military. This team does as well. And the smiles on the faces of everyone there.
You know, it's just so fascinating that he was in real live combat.
Not just combat, Tory, but Purple Heart and a Bronze Star.
You know, I mean,
the real deal.
That is the real deal. I mean, we're not making this up.
And here's a tweet from Daniel Rodriguez last night. Always have love for the Air Force. Their bombs and gun runs were the sweetest sounds to my ears during firefights in Afghanistan.
You see what I'm saying?
And they appreciated having him there as well. Certainly last night that was evident. Austin Davis could be his final game as a Ram. He's caught in a numbers game after Sean Mannion was drafted in the 3rd round. Austin Davis is in. He's got to hand it to Isaiah Pede, who's having a nice night, and he runs to the 27 for the first down.
Plenty of room there inside. I mean, the O-line got off and created some space for Pede, and he found the lane and got positive yards. Isaiah Pede is off to a heck of a start. He's running behind his pads, and his vision is outstanding right now.
He is finding the cracks in the defense and exploiting it and getting nice yards tonight. He's trusting his eyes.
You saw Austin Davis's numbers, only 3 for 5 in the preseason, so he will hand to Pede again. Oh, look at Isaiah Pede. He gets almost 9 on first down, just shy of the 35. Tyvon Branch there with the tackle.
And a nice job again by the offensive line led by Demetrius Rainey, getting off and then throwing a cut block, and Pede again reading the block and getting positive yards.
And it sets up a 2nd and 1 on the field here. The down and distance marker brought to you by AAA. For great rates on auto insurance, visit NFL.com. Alex Bayer into the game now, wearing 82, the tight end. So too is Chase Reynolds, and he's going to take the carry, cut it back to the far side, the backside, and he's going to get first down yardage. Chase Reynolds to the 44 with Raheem Nunez Roaches on the tackle.
You know, as a runner, whenever I was hot, the way Isaiah Pete was hot, I never wanted to come out in fear of a back coming in and doing exactly what Chase just did. But Chase Reynolds, I'm going to call him an opportunistic guy. You give him a chance, and listen, he's going to make the best of it at whatever he does.
The fourth and final preseason game has traditionally been his. He had only one carry in the preseason coming into the first three. Here he gets another one, and he's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs said enough, okay? Okay, enough of that. And that was good penetration by their defensive front there on that particular play.
Including Hebron Fangupo. Listen, Chase Reynolds, Hebron, or Hebron, I've heard it both ways, Fangupo.
Good job.
Thank you, Marshall.
Good job.
Chase Reynolds, such a valuable guy in special teams, led the team again last year with 19 special teams tackles. Yeah. This is his 5th camp with the Rams. He's indispensable, and he fights off challenges seemingly every year. That's Isaiah Pete back into the game. Marshall, you get your wish. Hot hand and back in for 9 into Chiefs territory.
And that's what I'm talking about. Tonight, Isaiah Pete, eyes and his feet are in sync. There's no, he was slipping a lot the last couple of weeks. Right now, his weight is over his body, over his feet, and he's making precise cuts, and it's all happening without losing motion, and he's getting yards.
See what the Rams do on 3rd and 1, if they throw or if they're going to keep it on the ground, because they have had success there. They will run. It's going to be tight. From our vantage point, looks like Pete's a little short. The official on the top of your screen says the same. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard.
Go for it.
And that right there, that's hitting yards. Isaiah Pete was hit right at about the 49-yard line. And if you can get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, those are the yards you don't get credit for.
Jeff Fisher, Frank Signetti.
Go for it.
They're going to keep the offense on the field.
Absolutely. And
why not? The 4th and final preseason game.
Win your battles up front, man.
Bayer in motion. Isaiah Pete the carry. I don't think he got it. Matter of fact, I'll tell you he didn't. Kansas City takes over on downs. Pete stuffed over the right side on both 3rd and 4th down, and Kansas City takes over right near midfield. We're tied at 14. 7:58 remaining. 2nd quarter. Pete couldn't get there. Does now back on the field after the turnover on downs. 14-14 is the score. We ask you to download the Rams official mobile app presented by Huawei. Make your phone a unique part of the game day. The app features real-time breaking news from the Rams, exclusive videos, photos, and more. Huawei, the official app of the St. Louis Rams, is available in the Apple App Store and the Android Marketplace. Greg Williams probably has it on his phone, for all I know. His defense back on the field with Chase Daniel, former Missouri Tiger. We had motion there. Both sides of the ball. I'm going to guess that it's on the offensive side.
Offense number 30. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
They're going to get the tailback Spencer Ware, but I think everyone flinched.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
I'm going to blame that one on the center. The center forgot to snap the ball on the count. When you get that many guys jumping, it has to be the center.
So the center's not snapping the ball. The play before, the defender just bypasses his assignment, makes a good play.
Oh, yeah.
As we said, guys, it's the 4th and final preseason game. Put something on tape, good, bad, or otherwise.
Right.
That's what you got to do. He's got to back him up 5, and here's
Break
Daniel to throw, and it falls incomplete. Tavon Austin's had a pretty good game, and he's out of the sideline with Danny Kloppinger. Danny?
Hey, thank you. I've got Tavon Austin with me today. And, you know, for a game that you knew your night was going to be over pretty quickly, you came out with a lot of fire and energy. Why was that?
For the most part, because I knew my plays were limited. You know, Coach Fisher and Coach Signetti, they definitely told us we weren't going to play that much. So I just felt like, you know, the Rams, we definitely need a spark. You know, and I feel like I'm one of the spark players of the team. And I got to keep it up and keep doing it every week in, week out.
Big-time playmaker here. How are you going to get more involved in this offense? What has Signetti told you about this season?
I mean, for the most part, you know, he coaching me in the classroom, you know, and I'm learning more. And it's about getting open for the mental game. And, you know, he's going to use me a lot this year, you know, on reverses, you know, going deep and everything like that. So for the most part, I'm just thankful, you know, finding my time really coming, and I'm hoping I can make some plays.
This is a big game and a big moment for a bunch of guys trying to make this roster. And I know you're close with Daniel Rodriguez. We've talked to him. I've talked about him on this broadcast multiple times tonight. You spent a lot of time with the guy. Did you give him any sort of pep talk before tonight?
Definitely. I mean, I always talk to him, you know, you got 4 games to put something on tape for any team to like you. You know, to be honest, he teaches me some things. You know, he a real good punt return, the way he catch the ball, the spin on the ball. He taught to me a lot. So, you know, I'm thankful for Danny. You know, hopefully he don't leave nowhere and we can get great teammates.
Thanks, Tavon. I appreciate it. Andrew, back up to you.
All right, Danny, Tavon, thank you. While we were away, Eugene Sims hit the quarterback.
After the play was over, personal foul. Defense number 97, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
He knocked it down. Daniel almost caught it. Clearly that ball was on the turf, and Eugene took his free shot.
It looked like he didn't locate that the ball was on the ground. He thought he still had the ball. And
either way, it's 15.
Boy, exactly. Either way, that's just an unlucky play there.
It was definitely a forward pass, so maybe in Eugene's defense, he thought it had been a lateral initially, but he was coming off the edge. He knocked it down. He did his job at first, certainly, but then they add the 15, and it brings it to the 26. You got Reeves and Ware in the backfield. It's going to be Reeves with the completion on the far side. Roberson up to make the first tackle. He keeps breaking them all, and he goes down the sideline. But we say Reeves stepped out of bounds back on the 20.
I know Coach Fisher said he wasn't worried about tackling, but at some point in time, you have to worry about this. You got guys over there. I mean, the concern is for the ball and not getting the man down.
Well, you got Cameron Lynch there, 50, who's fighting for a spot on this team. He's been great on special teams. You got to be able to do it, though, when they put you on the field defensively as well. It's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4, and a whistle here at the play clock at 7. Andy Reid may want a second look at this. Yeah. He does. The red challenge flag has been thrown. I'm assuming Andy Reid's going to argue that his runner did go out of bounds. The question is, was there a whistle?
Andy's in regular season game mode, isn't he?
Why not?
The play is not reviewable. First down.
Not reviewable.
Second down.
Because there was a whistle when it was ruled that Reeves ran out of bounds. Rams stopped playing. Reeves continued down the sideline, but the whistle had blown.
Is that Eric Bieniemy on the sideline over there for
Eric
Kansas City?
Bieniemy, good eye, Torrey. He's the running back coach here.
Eric Bieniemy.
Former Colorado Buffalo, former San Diego Charger.
Yeah. And guess who's working with their receivers?
Ooh.
Eddie Kennison.
Eddie Kane.
Told me to tell you hello.
Right, Eddie Kane.
On the run, Conley again, who had a catch when Danny was talking to Tavon. He had a touchdown earlier, and here he gets a first down to the 13.
Well, that's a nice job by Conley of staying active when the quarterback is on the scramble, okay, and making himself available for the quarterback. More importantly, knowing where he is on the football field, Andrew, and getting 2 feet in, keep the drive alive.
I talked to the receivers coach, David Culley, and he told me, look out for Conley. He's been having a good camp, and they wanted to showcase him tonight.
The rookie out of Georgia, hoping he can contribute. Here is Ware, who scored the earlier touchdown, showing a little bit of wiggle, eventually running into Bryce Hager, the Rams rookie linebacker and tackling machine at the 6-yard line.
Spencer Ware, I mean, he's having a solid game. Played 2 games with the Seahawks, and he's finding the holes, and he's running he's running behind his pads and running physically as well.
Exactly, and it was just a numbers game in Seattle for him with Turbin and Christian Michael that they had to get rid of him. He's a productive back.
And it could be a numbers game here. We're not seeing Jamal Charles or Niall Davis tonight, but we are seeing Ware, who, as I said, scored earlier, and here is trying to get a first down and a 1st and goal at the 3. But the Rams defense, Cody Davis, and they're going to stand him up, and he's about 1.5 yards short. Brings up third down.
Here we go, D. Here we go, D. Stand tough right here. Keep him out of the end zone. Someone needs to make a play.
Big opportunity for the Rams defense right here.
Got parts of the second and third team defense on the field. Clock under 5 now. A lot of run. And a lot of running clock here in the second quarter. Oh, it's Chase Daniel on the keeper, and he is not going to get there. Cameron Lynch, the rookie out of Syracuse.
Nice job, Cameron Lynch, of staying home and not biting on the play fake. Staying at home, playing his assignment, and then coming down and making an open field tackle.
They always talk about reading your keys on defense.
Read your keys and make an open field one-on-one tackle on the quarterback. That's a nice job, Lynch.
Cameron Lynch fighting for one of those final linebacker spots. Cairo Santos on for the 23-yard field goal try. This is only a couple of yards longer than what used to be an extra point, but shorter than what is now an extra point. Google attempt brought to you by the 360 Rooftop Bar located atop the Hilton at the Ballpark. 360, the ultimate entertainment destination where culinary excellence, gentlemen, meets stunning views. A Cameron Lynch tackle forces a field goal. Kansas City takes the lead, 17-14, second quarter. Cairo Santos field goal. Chiefs on top of the Rams, 17-14. Your scoring summary brought to you by AAA. See how much you can save on auto insurance by going to AAA.com. A Cairo Santos 23-yard field goal, 9 plays on the drive, 47 yards, 3:56 off the clock, and it took us to 4:02 remaining here in the second quarter. That's Daniel Rodriguez. You're not allowed to root up here in the booth, but you know what? I think we're all rooting for Daniel Rodriguez here to make a play. Another chance at a kick return for Rodriguez. Not going to happen here. He gets drilled, and he is slow to get up.
He got touched.
15-yard line. All right, we'll tell you, hopefully, good news about Rodriguez when we get back. Hope we'd have good news for you. Here is the good news. Daniel Rodriguez, helmet on, walk back to the sideline. He is smiling, and he is getting some encouragement from his teammates. But he got hit.
Yes.
And he got hit hard by Josh Martin, who is now getting checked out on the Kansas City sideline. Clearly a helmet-to-helmet tackle. Sorensen goes in first, and then, Martin with the knockout.
Yeah, and Josh Martin played in 14 games for the Chiefs last year and did an awesome job on kickoff, on covering kickoffs. And as you saw there, throwing his body around. But I hope both of those guys are okay. It's a physical game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And Rodriguez, guys, is walking to the tunnel here. So they're going to check him out, and would not be surprised if the night is done for Daniel Rodriguez. Despite the fact that he is smiling, they will likely now put him through the concussion protocol. Hope he is okay.
And I've been there before where I got up smiling too after concussion. So
smile isn't always a good thing.
It's not.
Sean Mannion now in, the rookie third-round pick for the Rams, and he's going to set up a screen to Trey Watts. That gets sniffed out. Goes nowhere. Guys, let's talk about Sean Mannion. Good preseason. Think he's proven he can play in this league, at least early on in the summer. 20 of 33. He got a touchdown. He's got a pick. He's got a rating of 74.
Yeah, he's the son of a coach, student of the game. He was a 3-time team captain when he was in college there at Oregon State, and he operated. And I think one of the things that made him so attractive to the St. Louis Rams is that he operated in a pro-style offense.
Yep.
When he was there at Oregon State.
Under Mike Riley.
Yeah, under Mike Riley. He has an opportunity tonight to showcase what he can do again.
And Trey Watts can't hang on to that one. Let's go down and talk to Danny again. Danny Kleppinger with James Laurinaitis.
Thanks, guys. James, I know Greg Williams has kept it a little bit vanilla through this preseason, but how well do you think your defense is ready for Seattle?
I think we're ready. It's always hard to prepare for preseason games. You don't game plan. We don't, at least. We don't do really anything complicated. We try to keep it simple. And you know, we're focused on Seattle. You know, as far as vets go, we really want to focus all of our attention on the Seahawks. We've already started looking at some tape kind of together, and it's a huge challenge for week 1.
You guys have all the pressure on you. Do you feel like it's pressure when everybody says how good this defense can be, or do you guys like that attention?
Well, I think it's a good thing to have all those expectations, but there's a lot of responsibility with that. You got to show up. You got to put your work in. You have to get better week in, week out. So it looks really good on paper, but until we go out there and prove it, we're just like we were last year, which was inconsistent, middle of the road. Greg always says when you're average, you're the best of the worst of the best. We gotta be really good. We gotta be better off the gate or off the start, and we gotta play good the first. We can't start 1-3 like we have the last 3 years.
As a captain, obviously you're gonna always be a target for some water. But I will want to ask you about being a captain, talking to these guys that are trying to make this squad right now. Was there any words of wisdom that you had before the game for any of these guys?
Well, the main thing is they have to realize, the young guys, every team's gonna get this film, and so whether you don't make it with the Rams here, every single team, 31 other teams, you're auditioning for. It's not just as simple as we're going to make some cuts today and it's over. You got to really think about, these guys are going to look at every single player that got released, and are they better than the guys on this roster, and vice versa. So I just tell them, hey, put some good stuff on tape so that when you go out there, some other teams, if you do get cut, are thinking, hey, we want to have that guy on our team.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Andrew, back up to you guys.
All right, Danny, James, thank you. When we were away, almost had a pick six. Sean Mannion on third down. Here we could have a pass, and we don't. Hager was there. Roberson was there, and that thing fell to the turf.
Robertson actually had two chances of getting the interception. Chase Daniels takes a hit.
I holding too.
Gets away with a hold.
Nice hold by Roberson.
Nice play by Hammond there.
And you know who it is hitting Chase.
Louis
Trinka-Passat.
Oh, man.
Undrafted rookie free agent out of Iowa.
Who's been getting it done all preseason in camp. And he continues to show up.
Continues to show up. We were mentioning before on third down, last possession.
There he is again.
A Mannion pick six, and here's Trinka-Passat again.
I'm beating you to the punch, Andrew.
The tackle. I mean, listen, Les Snead last week, Torrey said that they're impressed by him so much, they're actually running analytics to try to make sense of the insane amount of tackles he's getting.
And I love the fact that he's making it tough.
Put the analytics up.
Put the analytics
He's
up,
just making
tackles are tackles in any game of football.
Led the team with 15 coming in. Third down, Daniel with the screen to Ware. Ball out. Right into the hands of the Rams.
Look who's around the ball.
Look who's there. It's Hager with the recovery.
Hager and Trinka-Passat.
So I'm saying, Trinka-Passat, love the effort. Bryce Hager, love the effort. These are two guys that are fighting for positions on this ball team.
Montel Garner forces the fumble, and then Hager, guys, gets his second fumble recovery of the summer.
Oh, what a great play. I mean, Garner put his helmet on the ball, and that makes it tough for a runner to hold on to the football, and then Johnny on the spot right there.
So the Rams defense forces a turnover, and now with 2:13 remaining, let's see what Sean Mannion can do with the 2-minute offense. He gets it at midfield with the Rams down 17-14. Little play fake. See if he can throw it deep. Nope, he'll check it down and almost got it picked off again. Wanted Watts at midfield.
I think we have a roughing the passer here.
And we do. There's a flag down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 98. Low hit on the quarterback. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Going to get Nick Williams.
And let me tell you about the last play. That's an art. For a quarterback, this ball is thrown away. But you throw it away at a receiver just so they don't get you for intentional ground. And that's something that you have to learn as a quarterback in this league. He knew that Trey Watson, nobody could get that ball. Throw it away at people so they don't call intentional grounding on you.
And that's where his intelligence kicks in. And Coach Fisher talked about how intelligent this young man is. And that was the word amongst the league, across the league when he was coming out, of his intelligence, how smart, and his football acumen.
Well, let's see how he uses his smarts here. Torrey, 2:07 remaining. They'll work out of the shotgun. Trey Watts, summer sensation now to his right. Ooh, incomplete to Givens in traffic, and he got popped as well by James Michael Johnson, the linebacker.
Deservingly so, getting popped on that could have been a better route in my opinion. I would like to saw more of an outside release to stretch him to give you more of a window than taking an inside release, and now you're reducing the window. Now that ball gets on you a little quicker, but you're allowing the defenders now to close out faster.
I like to call that, that's part of the hazards of the job. Sometimes as a wideout, that's going to happen to you, and you have to play through that. That can't put fear in you from going in there again.
Likely the final play before the 2-minute warning. And it'll be Trey Watts over the left side, over the 30, with a flag down on the far side, 33. 1:59 remaining. Frank Zombo on the tackle. This one likely looks like it's on the Chiefs.
Illegal formation. Offense.
Or not.
Number 83 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
So they get the Rams for not lining up right. Rams back it up 5. 2-minute warning here at the Edward Jones Dome. Rams in plus territory, but trailing 17-14. They get it back after forcing a fumble. Bryce Hager does it again. Hey guys, join the Rams for the home opener on Sunday, September 13th, when the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks come to the Edward Jones Dome. All fans in attendance are going to get an Aaron Donald rally towel. Go to stlouisrams.com or do it the old-fashioned way, 314-RAMS-TICKS, 314-RAMS-TICKS.
I need to come back just so I can get me a towel.
Your towel. Tori, I think we might know some people. We could probably get you that towel.
It's my dude, man. I'm getting it done.
Aaron Donald lived in the backfield last week. He is in uniform tonight, but sitting out. Jeff Fisher is resting a lot of his starters, particularly on defense.
And that's going to be a really good opener because just the vibe and the confidence around this team when they play the Seattle, they don't see the Seattle Seahawks like that.
Well, they beat them here last year, Tori.
Yeah, so a great opener.
2nd and 15, Rams backed up after the illegal motion penalty, or the illegal formation, I beg your pardon. Mannion almost got picked off again on the far sideline. This time it's the rookie Stevie Nelson, and that brings up 3rd down. Let's look at the schedule here, Marshall. We mentioned the Seahawks first. That Washington game is now very interesting with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. The Steelers, the Cardinals, the Packers all before the bye.
And that Steeler game is right when Le'Veon Bell gets back. And then we go on the road to see a Cardinals team that'll have Carson Palmer back, and then the Packers. So it's a tough start. That's why you got to start fast.
3rd and 15, Sean Mannion, again, throws into traffic, and again, a receiver gets drilled. This time it's Brian Quick. Marcus Cooper laid the lumber.
And I like the throw. That ball, you pluck it out of the air and put it away quickly.
Right.
Beg your pardon, Stedman Bailey, not.
And Stedman.
And let me say, that's a bang-bang play. That's a bang-bang play right there. I'm going to say Cooper did a good job. He did a really good job at breaking on the ball. And I would have liked to see an outside receiver go outside of him.
This is a 57-yard field goal try by Greg Zuerlein. Field goal attempt brought to you by the 360 Rooftop Bar located atop the Hilton at the ballpark. 57 yards, and it is good for Greg Zuerlein and the Rams.
GZ still got it.
Greg the leg.
Career long is 60. Coincidentally came against Seattle, against whom the Rams will be playing for real here in this building in a week.
And like I was saying, you got to get off to that quick start, man. That game against Seattle is so important because, listen, Seattle coming off of a Super Bowl loss, that was their last meaningful game. They're going to have some fire in their eyes. And the Rams could really send them into a tailspin if you knock them off week 1. A lot of things going on up in Seattle, and the Rams could really get off to a fast start with the big win against Seattle.
Absolutely.
Coming off of the last loss that they had.
Well, that'll help with their stretch. 4 out of the first 5 games are playoff teams.
Yeah.
So to knock Seattle off gives them a ton of confidence as the rest of those.
And not to mention, Green Bay is always a team that plays a little not so good in the first part of the season. you know, they're not always at their best in the first half of the season.
Your scoring summary brought to you by AAA. Kickoff here by Zernline to Stevie Nelson, the rookie, who brings it out. Stevie Nelson played his college football with Sean Mannion. He takes it out to the 20-yard line. Clock stops here at 1:39 remaining in the second quarter. Here in the first half. 27-yard return. And Chase Daniel is still your quarterback. Want to be part of the broadcast tonight, Tori? How do you do that?
Tweet.
That's right. Go to the Twitter. We're going to have your tweets on the bottom of the screen. Tweet us by using the hashtag GovsCup, G-O-V-S-C-U-P, GovsCup. Here's that one. Love the tweet sound from Mr. Holt.
Tweet. Hey, Jalen Pace, send me a tweet, man. Say what's up to your boy. Oh, bang.
Big hit there by Darren Reeves. Garner, who forced the fumble earlier.
And let me
Christian Bryant, too.
Christian Bryant is a thumper, okay? He did this when he was at Ohio State. He is a thumper. Okay. He's another guy that Jeff Fisher likes as well. We talked on the press conference, in the conference call this week, and he mentioned Bryant. He is a thumper.
Christian Bryant trying to get back to the form that he had before that bad injury at Ohio State. Here's Daniel to Ware, and again, the Rams are thumping. That's Cameron Lynch with the tackle. Beg your pardon, it was Reeves on the carry. And now we're going to get a whistle. The clock's going to stop at 59. Timeout, Kansas City. 2nd and 7.
It's too good.
First charge timeout.
Two good back-to-back plays by this defense. Playing zone, allowing the guy to catch in front of him, and then they're rallying up in their tackle.
The Greg Williams defense is certainly hitting tonight. Had the Cody Davis pick 6. Had another big fumble that led to that last field goal. Bryce Hager recovered his second fumble of the summer. Christian Bryant laying the lumber there as well.
And he was on the practice squad last year, and you know he's getting an opportunity tonight to to show what he can do and try to make this roster.
At a broken ankle his senior year at Ohio State. Rams drafted him knowing what he had done before that broken ankle, particularly in his junior year. This is the 2nd and 7. Daniel, all kinds of time. Flag in the backfield. Throws complete across midfield. That's good for a first down for now. Frankie Hammond Jr. at the Rams 49, but that flag is...
Hands. Hands in the face. Offense number 60. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Gerald Pugsley wipe out the big gain.
Yeah, it was a nice time and nice throw and catch, but it's negated by the penalty. The Rams got to buckle down here.
See the penalties. Rams have done a better job, at least so far. Only 4. And guys, they're not the most penalized team.
Really? Yay! Hallelujah.
Oh. Ware's into the game in the backfield on 2nd down. Daniel's going to check it down to him.
Tackle. Nice
Good job. Tavon Reed up there for the tackle. Lynch as well. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Clock is still winding. Kansas City has 2 timeouts. Jeff Fisher has 3.
And let me tell you something. This is a nightmare for young players. You just don't have the pipes for this just yet. It's the preseason. You're ready for the 2-minute drill.
Daniel to the outside. Complete there to Fred Williams. Out of bounds to stop the clock with 17, but it's going to be 4th down.
Nice job, defense. Offensively, you come down, you get a field goal with Zerline to make it 17-17, and then the defense comes out and holds them and forces a punt. That's a good job of complementing one another. And that's what they're going to need throughout the regular season, is complementing each other in all phases of the game.
Chase Reynolds is back to return as Daniel Rodriguez, remember, after the last kickoff, went into the locker room, no doubt, to go through the NFL's concussion protocol to check him out. He was hit hard. Thankfully, was able to walk under his own power, however, into the tunnel. With 15 seconds on the clock, Reynolds will let this one bounce. Now he'll take it. Fair catch right there. 17-yard line, a 53-yard punt. 8 seconds remaining, and on comes Sean Mannion. Take a look at the life of a gunner, guys.
It's nasty, man. This ain't even right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be allowed to show this on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that's illegal. I'm just telling you.
Marcus Cooper's going downfield and Reed's riding him the whole way.
All
And
of that's
holding him.
illegal. I'm telling you.
Look here.
All of this is illegal.
And then Branch on the other side.
It's a dogfight out
It's
there.
just he just listened.
But we had a guy in Tony Horn who was vicious at it. Tony Horn was an incredible gunner.
We are tied at the half. 17-17. Sean Mannion takes a knee. 30 minutes of football remaining in the preseason 2015. We'll give you the highlights when we get back. For FaceTime, brought to you by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Martin Kilcorn to the head coach of the Rams, Jeff Fisher.
All right, Jeff, first half, you had a pick six. You scored some points. What'd you like?
Well, in particular, I like the 2 turnovers on defense. You get interception for a touchdown, then we forced another turnover and got points. Really wanted to get the 4th and 1, put the defense on a short field there. But, we got guys on and off the field. Tavon made his big play, and we got him out, and, that's why he's here. So we're going to play a lot of players here second half.
Danny Rodriguez has kind of become a fan favorite this summer. Is he going to be okay?
He's going to be okay, but he won't return. Yeah, he's a little dizzy right now.
It's a bummer. I had a feeling you wanted him in that end zone tonight. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. We had all kinds of good stuff for him second half, but unfortunately he can't return.
All right, thank you. That's Jeff Fisher. Guys, back to you.
All right, Martin, thank you. As expected, Daniel Rodriguez is done for the night. As Jeff said, a little dizzy, but we certainly wish him the best. He has had quite a ride here with the Rams this summer. Nick Foles also done for the night. Have to probably assume Case Keenum is as well. 17-17 with 30 minutes of football remaining here in preseason 2015. Martin was down there on the sideline. Danny Kleppinger with us as well up here in the booth. 7-time Pro Bowler Torrey Holt, the Hall of Famer Marshall Falk, and I'm Andrew Siciliano. Thanks for spending part of your Thursday evening with us here at the Edward Jones Dome. Chris Conley set to return.
It's been a big Thursday. A lot of college football games. Tonight, a ton of them, actually.
Football is back, Torrey.
Yep, so we appreciate you spending time with us.
Football is back. And here's Chris Conley taking it back. And he's going to try to get to the near side. Out of one tackle. He ran a long way to only get to the 20-yard line, I'll tell you that.
Yes,
that's where he ends up, the 19.
He did. And that's when you find out early as a rookie, when they put you back there. I used to be able to turn that corner. They're fast. They are fast.
Got a new quarterback for the Chiefs, Aaron Murray. Speaking of Georgia, former Conley teammate. Second year in the NFL. He's 15-21 in the preseason, 24 years old. First player in SEC history with 3,000 passing yards in 4 consecutive seasons. So we know he can throw it.
Yes, he can.
Yes, sir.
And the Kansas City staff, they talked a lot about his mental toughness too, that they are in love with. Though he hadn't played any games, but they like the mental aspect of his game as well.
And Torrey, he got some run with the first team last week in the third and final preseason game, the warm-up. He actually got into the second quarter. See Todd Gurley on the sideline, as has been the norm in the other 3 games. He warms up and then sits on the bench in that jersey. It'll be a big question as we move towards week number 1. Will the Rams suit him up against the Seahawks? Ultimately, it'll be a group decision here. Reggie Scott's going to have a huge say in it. Richard Gordon there, the tight end, with the completion. Westbrook's over there.
I would like to think, with as big as that week 1 game is against a division opponent, and if he's ready, it's going to be tough to say no, because I know they want to get off to a good start, and he's someone that they are going to be leaning on a lot offensively. That is going to be an interesting week 1 decision with Gurley. I can't wait to see him.
I'm going to say, as much as they say they're going to allow him to take his time, how the other running backs play while he is out is going to really determine how much pressure they apply to him to play, or how much they need him to play based on the other backs and what they do.
Murray scrambles on 3rd and 5, and he's going to get first down yardage to the 37. Reed eventually tracked him down. Getting back to Gurley, Marshall. Listen, we don't know about Trey Mason. They thought it was maybe a 2-week injury. The injury happened last week, so 2 weeks is week 1. It's a mild hamstring, but hamstrings can be tricky here. You don't want to force him back. That's really why the Rams kept Benny Cunningham out of the game tonight. He could have gone. It was a regular season game. Jeff Fisher says Benny Cunningham. Oh,
that's a nice play.
Open field there by 31, Mo Alexander.
That's a nice play, Mo Alexander. He needs that. You know, he needs that. This is a guy that they like. You know, 4th-round pick out of Utah State. Rookie year was a learning experience for him. They need him to make these kinds of plays in the open field.
And Longacre again to the quarterback pressure. He came into the game leading the Rams with 6 quarterback pressures. That was double the next closest guy.
We are getting good safety
3.
play tonight from the St. Louis Rams.
2nd and 13 draw. Reeves is going to get a lot of that yardage back. He gets, let's give it 11. Out to the 45. I mentioned Cunningham just to finish that thought. Benny Cunningham could have gone today, Jeff Fisher said, if this had been a regular season game. But because Mason is a question mark for week number 1 and Gurley is beyond that, beyond even a question mark, then they kept Cunningham out of this game, as we see Bryce Hager, just as a precaution. So running back, interesting. Jeff Fisher's decision coming up.
And then Isaiah P. showing tonight will also, go to your point, Marshall, will extend, you know, Gurley out if he continues to run the football the way he ran it tonight.
If they can handle the load, then Gurley can take his time and come back slowly.
Rams defense can't get off the field on 3rd down. Ware out of the shotgun needed to and gets 3.
And I have to say this, everybody's not Adrian Peterson.
No.
What that man did when he tore his knee in like week 16 or 17.
It was in November.
Yeah.
You're talking AP or Gurley?
Yeah, no, AP.
Okay.
And came back. AP tore his later and had a remarkable season the next year.
AP's was right around Christmas. Gurley was in November. Here is Reeves flaring out of the backfield. He's going to get across midfield. Eventually, Reed's going to wrestle him down, but it's first down yardage barely at the 41. Drive continues here, coming up on 4:20 into the 3rd quarter.
Well, I like what the KC quarterbacks are doing. Daniels did it when he was in there, and now Murray is doing it. They're taking the checkdowns, and they're allowing those backs to get those yards, you know, after catch. They're not forcing the football down the field in some of this zone coverage that the St. Louis Rams are running.
Got some new faces in the game for Andy Reid. If you look on the bottom of your screen, that's number 15, Tello Luckett, now in the game. Instead, it's going to be a throw to the right side to the wide receiver who also just came in, Deron Brown, who wears number 4. He had a touchdown already earlier in the preseason, 7th rounder out of Northern Illinois.
And this is the Chiefs' offense. They throw a lot of underneath stuff. And if the young Rams defenders continue to sink, then this is what they're going to give up. And right now, Aaron Murray is doing a great job at taking what they are giving him.
And that one, he took 9. Little play fake to Reeves, and then here's Brown again on the slant, and Brown gets across the 20, beg your pardon. Reed is on his back, but it's first down yardage to 17.
Yeah, this is it's just a simple play action there a little bit, and then it's a simple slant to the outside to Deron Brown. Deron Brown has some huge hands, guys. You know, 68 catches for 1,065 yards last year at Northern Illinois. This guy knows a little bit about catching the football and gaining yards after the catch.
And he's caught 2 here on this drive. Torrey now flanked out wide right. As it is a first down with Fortson jumping over.
Encroachment. Defense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Go first down.
Marcus Fortson, who came in late in camp.
Yeah, we're going for that. We're going for that lead. We're trying
the penalty lead?
Yeah, we're going for it.
The Chiefs had the edge 5-4 if you consider more penalties the edge at the half.
We're trying to get it. We're trying to get it.
That one's a 5-yard penalty, so a 1st and 5, under 9 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Play fake to Reeves. They'll throw to Reeves. Reeves One tackle, two tackle,
Ball out.
touchdown. Ball's out, but the hands are up. Official behind the pylon said touchdown.
Just was the great effort by Reeves to stick the ball out as he was going down to cross the goal line. And once again, we saw this play last week. Right here, he gets out of the backside. That's 3 missed tackles.
Garner.
It's 3 missed
Bryant.
tackles.
McFadden's 51. Got to wrap up. Would love to see a different angle there to see that ball reach across. All scoring plays are reviewed. That goes the same in the preseason as it does in the regular season.
It was a very well orchestrated drive by the Kansas City Chiefs right out of halftime.
All right, here we go, guys. Maybe a better angle. That ball's reaching. I think that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
Nice drive. Nice play calling by Andy and his staff, and better yet, more importantly, good execution by the offense, taking what the defense, gave them there, Mary, on that drive for the touchdown.
We expect. All right, so Bill Vinovich makes it official. The previous play is under review as they go back to New York to check this one out. We're going to take a break. It's a touchdown for now. We think it will still be a touchdown when we get back. 23-17. Scored 12 yards. It's up to Bill Vinovich. What do you say, Bill?
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Murray, capping off a 10-play, 81-yard drive that chewed up 6:20 of the third quarter clock. And now Santos is on for the 33-yard extra point. It still looks odd. I don't know if we're going to get used to it anytime soon, but this is the new reality. 33 yards for the extra point. Santos missed one last week, but he has been perfect today. Kansas City leads. Rams trail. It is 24-17. Third quarter action here at the Edward Jones Dome. Rams trail with 8:40 remaining in the third quarter. It was a 12-yard connection between Reeves and Murray. A couple of broken tackles there as well, wrapping up a 10-play drive. The scoring summary brought to you by AAA. See how much you can save on auto insurance by visiting AAA.com. Darren Reeves, a touchdown here, the former Carolina Panther. We're seeing both teams empty the bench, as is custom for all 32 teams here in the fourth and final preseason game. Trying to stay healthy for the opener. Chase Reynolds back to return. The Rams leading special teams tackler last year. Special teams force on this team, and he's going to let that one go off the stanchion, and it will be a touchback. Daniel Rodriguez is done for the night, says Jeff Fisher. Chase Reynolds is your return man. Rams start on the 20 when we get back. Sean Mannion's half. We assume he's going to finish this one out for the Rams. Welcome back to the Edward Jones Dome. Torrey Holt, Marshall Falk, I'm Andrew Siciliano. Martin and Danny down to the sideline. Rams trailing here, 24-17. Would certainly like a win here to wrap up the preseason. If they can pull this one out, it would be a 1-3 preseason for the third straight year under Jeff Fisher. How about this one, guys? If Kansas City is to win, they would be undefeated in the preseason. Last two times the Chiefs have gone undefeated in the preseason, they've gone to the Super Bowl. Granted, that was in the 60s, but it's happened twice. Sean Mannion has Alex Bayer in motion, 20-yard line here for the rookie quarterback, and he will hand to Trey Watts. Guys, let's go inside the huddle, brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Inside the huddle is where the fan gets to ask Marshall or Torrey a question. Roll it, please.
Hey Marshall, I have one question for you. Would you compare anything in your game to that of Todd Gurley's?
Man, let me see. I would say the ability to run inside and out and catch the football out of the backfield are the things that we do similar. And then it stops there because at 6'1", 227 pounds, we're just not the same. We're just not the same. I'm just going to say that.
Trey Watts on the carry there.
He is just a physical specimen. And, you know, a lot of these runs that they're doing, he does them well. And I can't wait to see him in this offense behind this offensive line. It's going to be a sight.
You know, the other thing, too, Marshall, that I can't wait to see, people forget, and Todd Gurley is a dynamic runner. That's why they drafted him. Now, they're not going to put him back on kick returns, but you want to see how special an athlete he is. Go back and look at his Georgia special teams highlights. I mean, he is unbelievable. He is a dynamic player regardless of where you put him. This is third down. Mannion has some time over the middle in traffic. Chris Givens got popped, but give him credit. He held on, and that's a first down at the 33. Deji Olatoye.
That's a huge hit, and he's running through that coverage as if it's man in its zone is someone on the other side. That's something in the film room that they're going to have to get corrected pretty quickly, or someone's going to be asleep.
Second time we saw
either correct it or he's going to get corrected.
Right.
Like, you got to read zone and man and sit it down.
We saw some miscommunication earlier as well from Kenny Britt. Here's Sean Mannion on the roll after the play fake, and he's going to hit Bradley Marquez, who's fighting for a roster spot.
And Bradley
here.
Marquez right there, real strong to the ball.
Real strong, very
real
strong
to the ball.
Strong hands too, and a nice throw by Mannion. You know, Mannion started not that good, and he's got to finish better, and that's a good start. It's a nice throw there by Marquez, and strong hands, like you said, Marshall.
And I'm sure the coaching point there is going to be to Mannion. That ball needs to be on the sideline.
Yes, it does.
He has to chase that ball to the sideline.
15 for number 15, Marquez. Here's a screen to Watts. Set up well, has some room. Midfield, ooh, we got popped again. This one's by 47, Jagarrett Davis. A lot of hard hitting in this, the fourth and final preseason game, with people trying to put something good on tape.
That's how you know guys are trying to make a roster, and they're bringing their hats tonight.
I know one thing. The Rams, they have sent the message to the league. We are a team that will run screens. So that's going to help slow down the rush going into the regular season.
Don't be surprised if there are games where they screen you to death. And here is Trey Watts with the carry. Zombo tracked him down, called it a gain of 1.
Right there, Garrett Reynolds lost his blocker. This was a big play waiting to happen.
Got an injury timeout, looks like. Chiefs player down at the 45-yard line. It's the defensive lineman, Rakeem Nunez-Roches.
What?
Rakeem Nunez-Roches.
He's a native of Belize.
Thank you. Tori, Andy Reid coming out to check on him. We hope he's okay, certainly. It's third down when we get back. 5:11 remaining. Third quarter. There's another big hit. A lot of them tonight. Rakeem Nunez-Roches limping to the Kansas City sideline, but it's good that he is up and moving under his own power. He got rolled up there on that last play. Brandon Washington got caught up. Nunez-Roches rather got caught up when Brandon Washington was on the ground. He's limping, but he is moving. 24-17, and it's a 3rd and 2 now for the Rams. And Sean Mannion, the rookie quarterback, is in there. They expect him to finish out this game. They're going to line up in the pistol here. The pistol with Trey Watts. That's a busted play, and Mannion's going to go down. What happened here, guys?
Just looked like a bad snap that Mannion did not handle correctly, and the ball got away from him. It was a bad snap that he actually handled pretty well to stop the ball. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the busted play is going to bring Johnny Hecker onto the field on that bad snap, and Hecker is going to boot it away to Tello Luckett. Might be my favorite name of the game. It is a wobbler. Luckett calls for the fair catch and does so. 7-yard line, which is where Kansas City will start things off when we get back. 4:14 remaining. Third quarter of the Edward Jones Dome. The Rams there all huddling around a Microsoft Surface tablet. Technology touches every part of our lives. I know we could all probably agree on that. And once again, The Rams and all the other 31 teams are teaming up and using the Microsoft Surface on the sidelines during games. It's real-time information, no more Polaroids anymore. This is cutting-edge stuff. Everyone's got a tablet. No one's got to pick up the phone and call upstairs and say, what do you see? The Surface tablet, the official tablet of the St. Louis Rams, trusted by the pros and built for the fans. Greg Williams and his defense uses one as well on the sideline. Uses one to maybe drop something against Aaron Murray, third-string quarterback in here for Kansas City. 6 for 6 on that last drive, 49 yards, and he threw a 12-yard touchdown. And here he's going to hand it off on the draw to Ware, who scored in the first quarter, first touchdown of this game. And Ware's going to get all the way to the 22-yard line before Christian Bryant stops.
Nice draw play there. This is the play that the Rams are going to see weekly because of the pressure that they apply to the quarterback. And we've seen it the other three our preseason games, and we've seen it tonight several times.
That one is good for 14 yards. As James Laurinaitis, Chris Long, their day done, obviously standing there behind the defensive coordinator in his second season here with the Rams. Ware with another carry. Nothing, maybe a yard.
Nice hit there by Maurice Alexander, coming in, cleaning it up.
And it's been decent safety play tonight.
We have.
It really has been.
They are out there competing.
We saw Cody Davis from his safety position, whose job is likely safe, although one can never assume. He had a pick 6 back in the first half. Ware now 6 carries, 34 yards, and that early touchdown for KC. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. There's Aaron Taylor. That ball is out. That ball is loose.
Go.
Mo Alexander has it for the Rams, but they're going to call it incomplete.
Nice bang, Mo Alexander. Get in the mix. Throw that big body around. Show them why you belong on this football team. And it's an intimidation factor, too, when your safeties are banging on the back end that way. Receivers are now looking to see where those safeties are so they can change their angles because they're getting tired of getting hit. These are big hits these guys are delivering tonight.
Mo Alexander with a big hit there. A lot of them tonight on both sides of the ball. Saw Danny Rodriguez get knocked out earlier. His night is done. Here, this is a 3rd and 8. Murray, Fleming out of the backfield. Fleming's going to get first down yardage. He needed 8. He got 10. Time for FaceTime now. Brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Danny Kleppinger with a member of the offensive line down to the sideline.
Yes, I'm here with Roger Saffold, and you've been injured, but now you're going to be back for the Seattle opener. But there's going to be a little bit of a difference. You and Jamon Brown switching sides. You're moving to the right side. Are you comfortable with this switch?
I mean, it's happened many times before, so by now I'm comfortable with it.
Many times before. What is the differences between the two sides for you?
You know, nothing really changes. I mean, the biggest thing is just your pass sets change, so it's harder in protection. And just, you know, switching up your stance constantly, it does a little wear and tear on the hips.
Can you give us a little bit of an insight into this center battle position going on between Tim Barnes, Barrett Jones, and Demetrius Rainey? Where do you think it's headed, and do you see a clear answer at this point?
Right now, all I see is a bunch of guys going out there and competing. I mean, we switch them every single day. I mean, it's got to be amazingly hard to play next to two different guards every day and then try to be able to pick up and communicate. So, you know, these guys are getting a lot of experience just doing that with all the changes being made. And also, yeah, they're all really fighting hard. You know, these guys do a great job in the classrooms as far as knowing plays, and now they got to go out there and put it on the field. You know, in my case, I wouldn't want to be Boo right now.
Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it. Andrew, back up to you.
All right. Thank you, Danny. There's a flag on that one, an incompletion down the sideline to Tello Luckett. Let's see what they call, see if that flag gets picked up. They're talking it over. Luckett was a defenseless receiver. That's what should be noted.
There was no foul for a hit on defenseless receiver. The hit was legal. 3rd down.
Because it was not to the head or neck area. Guys, take a second look here.
Yeah, well,
Christian Bryant he tried to get out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, and it also looks like he's also trying to play the ball right there. I think helped him as well. Now, if he would have directly led with his head, then obviously it's a no-brainer on the call.
Now, they could have gotten Reed for holding.
Yeah.
They could have done that. They did not. However, Or actually, it would have been PI, beg your pardon. 24-17 here. And this is a third down. Murray's going to hit Brown. And once again, Aaron Murray's going to keep this drive alive. That's midfield and a first down.
Aaron Murray is looking really nice tonight. He's moving in the pocket. Eyes are down the football field, looking for the open receiver. And here's Deron Brown, who flashes with those big old hands and makes a nice grab to keep the chains moving. Aaron Murray just taking what the defense gives him. Rams got to buckle down, find a way to get off the field.
It's good for 13 to midfield. We are under a minute remaining now in the third quarter. Delayed handoff to Ware, and what do you know? It's Louis Trinket-Passat, or beg your pardon, that's Longacre again. 62 and 63 look similar, but both of them have been living in the backfield.
Longacre did a much better job there. That play has been getting him all night right there. He read it, understood that a free pad to the quarterback means something's up, and sniffed it out and got to the running back.
And this Maurice Alexander is
banging.
It's amazing what a year has done for this young man.
2nd and 12. Maurice Alexander certainly in the mix at safety behind the mixed safeties, McLeod and McDonald, who are certainly penciled in as the starters. Here's Reeves.
There he goes again.
In out of the backfield, and over the top goes Mo Alexander.
And McDonald should be excited for him. He drops off out in zone, and he reads and recognizes, and he breaks on the ball.
And that takes us toward the end of the third quarter. Kansas City with the ball and the lead. When we get back, Rams trail. Can they rally and get a win in the fourth and final preseason game? We'll find out. Got Alexander, got McFadden, got Hager, got Roberson of the Rams trail 24-17 at the Edward Jones Dome after 3. Your third quarter stats are brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. The stat that you guys didn't like at the half, Rams having trouble on third down, 1 for 7. But gentlemen, the penalties are even. Marshall, the penalties are even. That's got to be encouraging. First play here of the fourth quarter is Aaron Murray throwing to his tight end, Richard Gordon. He's going to get to the 44-yard line. Bryce Hager is there, and not going to be enough on third down. It's going to bring out Dustin Colquitt, and it's going to send Chase Reynolds back to return here. For the Rams, if you're just joining us, you expected to see Daniel Rodriguez return almost every kick here in the second, third, and fourth quarters. He was knocked out on a punt return, or rather a kickoff return. Jeff Fisher said at the half that he was a little dizzy, likely going through the concussion protocol. And Daniel Rodriguez, his night is over. Colquitt's punt from the 45. Reynolds calls him off, settles underneath it at the 11-yard line. Mentioned the Rodriguez hit, guys. It's not the only big hit tonight. You always see a lot of people flying around in the fourth and final preseason game. Bryce Hager here tonight, no different.
No different.
And I know we harped on tackles being missed, but tonight has been some hard hits, and the Rams have delivered a lot of blows. Some caused fumbles, some knocked balls loose, and the quarterback has been harassed a little bit tonight.
Fisher noted to Martin at the half that he certainly liked those 2 first half turnovers. One of them a pick six, one of them a big fumble as well. Not just about big hits, you got to make those hits productive. Remember, they're not turnovers, they're takeaways. Go get that football.
Yeah, and they got to continue to compile those interceptions. Only 13 interceptions last year for the St. Louis Rams. They need to be in the 20, 25, 30 range.
There's Malcolm Brown into the game, the rookie running back out of Texas. Don't you like him, Marshall? He gets 9 on first down.
I like when you watch him tonight, every time that there's contact, he's falling forward. And that's what you want in a young running back. You want him falling forward. He does a great job of that, has a great lean, has a great feel for running the football, too. His eyes and his feet are always in sync.
Came in 161 yards from scrimmage from Malcolm Brown, the rookie undrafted running back out of Texas. He's averaging 4.6 yards a pop through 3 preseason games and gets 9 yards here on first down. Here is a guy that you'd like to get to the practice squad, but here's a guy that has certainly turned some heads and did so as well. Brown again. He did so on national TV that second week against Tennessee.
Yeah, it might be tough to hide him. I mean, I know there's a lot of good backs in the league and some young backs, but I believe Malcolm Brown is going to be tough to hide. If they can, that'll be a great asset to have on your practice squad.
Down in distance, and it is 1st and 10 after that carry. Brought to you by AAA. For great rates on auto insurance, visit AAA.com. Sean Mannion still the quarterback, the rookie. He's going to hand to Brown again. Kind of odd, I'll say this, to see a running back wearing 39 here. And it's not SJ 39. It's a rookie out of Texas.
And big shouts out to Steven Jackson. Excellent Ram. Had an excellent career here. I don't think he's been signed yet.
Now Stevens on the free agent market when Darren McFadden went down to that hamstring early in Cowboys camp. Stevens sent out a tweet with a picture kind of a bat signal coming up at the Cowboys Stadium, number 39 over the stadium. Kind of a message, not in a bottle, but on Twitter. He still, however, is looking for that job. That ball's deflected into the arms of Justice Cunningham.
Well, any running back, current or former, would love to run behind that Dallas Cowboy offensive line.
Beg your pardon, is Bradley Marquez. You see the long hair, you get thrown off.
And you add L. Collins.
Right.
that line it's ridiculous. Serious.
How about that Cowboys offensive line? La'el Collins signed after the draft, in essence gave Dallas 3 first-round picks.
And it tells you, the center was a third-year guy last year, second-year guy, and the left guard the right guard was a first-year guy. Mm-hmm. So you can bring guys in and have them play and contribute immediately.
Zach Martin, that guard you're talking about here, Marshall, and here's Bradley Marquez. Rams really like him, and you can see why. Marquez gets another first down. They like him as a receiver, but he has been very effective on special teams as well, which is key for an undrafted player trying to make any team.
Because they don't have this. None of their receivers are capable of doing exactly that. The run after the catch with breaking tackles in traffic. Tavon has it in the open field, but he has that's a special knack when you can break tackles as a receiver. A lot of receivers don't possess that.
Big, strong hands. He led the Big 12 in reception TDs last year. So this kid can play the receiving position.
Certainly can, and he has made a good impression on this coaching staff this summer. Brown avoids a tackle in the backfield. He keeps on doing that, and he makes something out of nothing. Time for FaceTime, brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Down to Danny Klobuchar. Danny?
Hey guys, I'm here with TJ McDonald, and he's a little nervous right now because his defensive line friends are going to maybe try and enter this interview. But before we get to that, okay, EJ Gaines, obviously a huge blow to your secondary. How are you guys able to bounce back and really perform well, and are you ready for Seattle?
I mean, we've always had that next man up philosophy as a defense. So next man up, we treat everybody as a starter. We've done a great job going in to training camp. Marcus Shorperson has done a great job stepping up into that role as that next corner. And anybody who's been out there, I mean, when you're out there, you're a starter. And that's how we prepare all week, and we've been doing that, and we're just trying to take steps in the right direction.
The home opener is just 10 days away. Hey! I'm sorry for the scream. We just got squirt with water. We can thank James Laurinaitis for that. You know, you've got so much.
So many haters. It's okay, though. If you ain't got no haters, then I guess they don't love you, so.
All right, 10 days away from the opener. Are you guys ready? Are you anticipating it? Is there a lot of excitement leading into that, or do you need this time in between to get ready?
I mean, we definitely need time. We definitely need time to get ready. You know, I mean, you're never ready enough. You know, so I mean, this time is going to be good for us to keep taking steps in the right direction in this preparation for Seattle. We're definitely ready for the game. I'll tell you that. We've been talking about this game for a while. We've been, you know, this is a home opener. It's a big game for us. Conference game. Versus a great team. We're excited for that game. We're excited for the challenge. We want to go out there and show up and put up a good showing.
He's ready for it. Now go get your teammates back with some water. Andrew, back up to you.
We're getting back right now.
All right, Danny, TJ, thank you. Today, William Hayes and Chris Long got me during training camp, brought the buckets on Quinn and Donald on NFL Network. And there, TJ McDonald and Danny Klobuchar, as you see TJ maybe plotting his revenge on the
And
sideline.
he mentioned that Seattle game, you know, and how excited, and Laurinaitis did too, how excited they are as a team to be opening up against Seattle.
2nd and 9, Rams in plus territory now. A little rollout and the ball thrown over the head of Chris Gibbons on the
Get
far
it
sideline.
down, man. And he struggled all night tonight. I mean, he really has, man. And I'm trying to hold back on this boy.
Hey, he's looked good early. Looked good, especially in the first 2 games. Everything's coming out hot tonight.
Yeah, get the ball down and complete the football and keep the drives going, Mannion.
Mannion 6 of 12 on the night. Rams got a penalty there when TJ and Danny were talking on a deep ball. Mannion tried to get Bradley Marquez. They couldn't connect inside the 20, but a penalty gave the Rams the ball in plus territory, and now it's a 3rd and long. Mannion will throw it to Bayer over the middle, but Bayer's not going to be close at all to that first down. Jagarrett Davis, the 2nd-year linebacker, pushes that pile back. Let's see where they spotted. Right now, looks like the 34. So it's going to be
somebody's about to take the
6,
penalty lead right here.
But there's a flag.
Someone's taking the penalty lead.
All right, so we have a change at referee, and we do not have a mic'd up referee. Evidently, Bill Vinovich is no longer down there on the field. This one's going to go against the Rams, back them up. It was pre-planned, I beg your pardon, now I'm told. Bill Vinovich goes to the sideline.
Oh, they are simulating a rep. The ref goes down, right?
I guess so. I guess so.
Oh, he got all of his reps in. he's got all his series in. He's done.
Or Bill Vinovich is tapping out of the preseason early.
Oh no, man, can't have that.
Either way, Jeff Fisher doesn't like it, and it's gonna bring Johnny Hecker out onto the field because it's 4th and 21 now. It's a loss of down. So it's a 15-yarder and a loss of down. And Hecker boots this away. Brown, fair catch, 15. Beg your pardon, Luckett, fair catch, 15. And that's where Kansas City starts up. When we get back, 24-17, 8:29 remaining. 24-17, Rams trailing the Chiefs with 8:29 remaining in this, the 4th and final preseason game of the summer of 2015. Aaron Murray, who has looked pretty good so far for the Chiefs, is in at quarterback. Torrey Holt, you heard his chuckle. Marshall Falk, I'm Andrew Siciliano. Danny Kleppinger drying off on the sideline. Martin Kilcoyne down there as well. Had a lot of fun. We have certainly all summer with this Rams team. See if they can rally here, get something going. Murray over the head of Reeves and incomplete in the far flat. The Monsanto rookie crop, wherever your day takes you and however it ends, chances it began with a farmer. Tonight's Monsanto rookie is the tackling machine, gentlemen. Ooh, you can hear it from up here. Bryce Hager. Came into the game leading the Rams in tackles of the preseason. And by the time we see the stat sheet, tackles can be a tricky stat to keep. By the time we see the stat sheet, I guarantee you he's still going to be leading the team. 7th round draft pick. He has more than stake to claim for a roster spot. A little trickery. They don't hand it to Brown. Instead, they hand it to Reeves into the game at running back. And Martin Ifedi, the defensive lineman, the rookie out of Memphis there for the tackle. Sets up a 3rd long after the gain of 2, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Fetty, is battling with Passat and he's
Longacre.
And Longacre, he's had a total of 7 tackles this preseason. At times when I watch him, it looks a little lost at times. Came up with a play there.
Career sack leader at Memphis, coming off an MCL injury in college. See if he can get back to form. Here's Reeves flaring out of the backfield. Reeves not going to get there. An open field tackle by Garner, who forced a fumble earlier. That is going to bring up 4th down and bring Dustin Colquitt of the special teams onto the field.
Nice tackle in open field to force a 3 and out. And when you make those kind of tackles in open field, that's exactly what happens. And you have to do that. And we've been saying it all night. You have to do that in the National Football League. Make one-on-one tackles out in open space.
Chase Reynolds back to return. Tell you what, guys, the Rams need a fifth corner. Tonight was really an audition for these guys going for that fifth spot. It could be between Garner and Reed if you go with what's on the roster now. Garner has made a good impression tonight.
It's returnable, Chase.
Reynolds, though, calls fair catch, and the Rams are going to get it on the 24 when we get back. Rams offense coming back on the field, down 7. 24-17 at the Edward Jones Dome. Tonight's Lindenwood University's learning the game. Break down a great play from last week. It was a Chris Givens touchdown. Show me, Torrey.
Yeah, we got a bunch here to the right, and we got a fake reverse by Tavon being a decoy, and now you got Chris Givens getting up on the safety, and boy, is he fast. He turns the safety, and he just slips inside of him. That's a very well thrown ball by Nick Foles to Chris Givens. The last couple of weeks has been the Rams' deep threat on touchdowns. And again, here's another look. It's cover 2 on this side. He slips inside. Tavon on the fake reverse, and now it's one-on-one against the safety. And I'll take Chris Givens any day against any safety in the National Football League.
Back to live action, a screen. Trey Watts gets a couple of yards. By the way, the Lindenwood University learning the game there. Lindenwood University, the leading edge in accelerated degrees for 40 years. And you take out Martavis Bryant, who had 5 games, already played 4, beg your pardon, because the Steelers played in the Hall of Fame game. Chris Givens would have been the leading preseason receiver when it comes to yardage in the NFL coming into this game.
And he had a high, average as a rookie. Catching those long balls.
He was Mr. Deep Ball. He had a 50-yarder seemingly every week. Yeah. Here's Mannion on second down. Is going to run for the sideline and flick it out of bounds. There is a flag back in the defensive secondary on the 41. Bill Vinovich back on the field.
There he goes.
Welcome.
Holding. Defense number 20. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Stevie Nelson, the rookie, they get him for a holding. Tweet the booth, will you please, Torrey?
Tweet.
Govs Cup, Govscup. Govs Cup is the hashtag.
Andrew, you know what?
What's that, Torrey?
Stedman Bailey, Marshall, as well, has been awfully quiet
in the preseason.
This year. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the emergence of Givens in the last couple of weeks or what, but that's
Torrey, it's a good point. Yeah. Stedman has only 5 catches coming into the night. Here's Watts on the far side, and again makes a move with a flag down, maybe a hold there on the boundary.
More like a takedown.
Or a takedown.
Offense number 69. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Heard it both ways. Cody Wickman back healthy and drawing a flag.
And there was no need for him to hold on that one. I mean, they had the edge. And there was a corner out there, a free hitter. So
Jeff Fisher sees his team with another 10-yard penalty. Let's get back to Stedman Bailey. Torrey, what do you think of his development now?
I don't know. I'm just curious to know why he's been so quiet this preseason. I know he's working hard in practice. I get an opportunity to talk to him from time to time, and he's keeping me posted on his development. He feels like he's coming along and he's improving. Just don't know why not a lot of touches this preseason.
No, but we have seen a lot, certainly from Chris Givens.
Yeah.
And Emory Blake here as well. Blake with that one for the first down.
And I think they need all those guys. I think they need production from Stedman. I think they need production from Tavon. They need production from Quickie. They need production from Brett. They need production from all of those guys. And this is a time to get that production now in preseason and get that continuity with the QB, and he's just not been in the fold that much.
Gain of 14 there brings up a 2nd and 5. Watts stumbles in the backfield and has nowhere to go. It's Hebron Fenagupo leading the charge. 5 minutes remaining in a 24-17 game. Loss of 2 on that one brings up a 3rd and 7. Listen, we pretty much know who the Rams' top 5 wide receivers are going to be. You know that Kenny Britt's going to be here. You know Tavon Austin's going to be here. You know that Stedman Bailey, likely Chris Givens as well. And you know Brian Quick's going to be here. Those are your 5. It would be an upset to see something other than those 5. Screen on 3rd and 7. Malcolm Brown, he just keeps making plays.
I don't know if the NFL knows, but the Rams run screens.
Yes, they do. They run them really well. They run them really well. And look at their offensive linemen and how their offensive line get out. That's when you are see here. Barrett Jones getting out. That's when you are effective team running screens. When your offensive linemen can get out and on the perimeter and get guys down, allow those backs to make plays. And then look at the receivers on the perimeter also working to get extra blocks. And Marshall, when we were playing, you know, you did an outstanding job of not running up on our legs, but we knew if we got those blocks on the perimeter, we had a back that could take it the distance.
Good for a first down. Now Mannion's going to try the deep ball down the right sideline, and incomplete for Givens.
The ball never had a chance. Give him a opportunity to catch the football, Mannion. You're going to take a shot, miss throwing it out of the end zone. This Givens just a straight go route, running clearly by Marcus Cooper. If you're going to miss throwing it out of the back of the end zone, you can't be short on the ball. Give me an opportunity as a receiver to make a play. I'm busting my tail to get open. Give me an opportunity to make a play.
Listen, Sean Mannion has a bright future. He looked good in the first couple of games, particularly in Oakland and in Tennessee. Tonight has not been his best effort, although he certainly made some plays here on this drive. Here's one to Givens, who, like Tavon Austin earlier, is going to bring it back to the near sideline. Chris Givens dances out of bounds at the 22-yard line with a Rams first down. Gain of 21.
And a quick screen to the right. And Givens, just like Tavon Austin earlier, making plays with his legs and using his eyes. And there is his speed here, able to reverse field and pick up positive yards to keep the chain moving. And again, look at Marquez. Who's that on the perimeter?
Bradley
Marquez.
Out on the perimeter again, blocking, extending the runner for extra yards down the football field. But Chris Givens given the opportunity to make plays, and he's stepping up and getting it done.
Second 21-yard play, second 21-yard gain for the Rams on this drive. Marquez lined up to the right now. Trey Watts tries the right side, keeps his feet moving, keeps falling forward, and Watts gets to the 27. Desmond Moses the tackle.
He's so crafty and so patient. Watch the patience. He wants to bounce it outside, can see the free hitter out there, ducks up underneath a guy, and gets what? 6 yards. That's a nice run. Oh, Trey Watts is doing a great job at just being patient right there.
They're going to call it a gain of 5. Remember Watts, despite the fact that he has really looked good in the preseason, you can argue he's the Rams' third best back. Watts is suspended for the first 4 games of the year. The Rams are going to get, as we have a whistle here, the Rams are going to get a roster exemption to start the season, so he's not going to count against the top 53.
Offense number 48. 5-yard penalty. Go second down.
They get Cunningham. Watts will, assuming he's here, will be the 54th guy. Then after 4 weeks, you got to do something.
That was a touchdown about to happen right there. I'm just telling you. They had the edge sealed, and they were missing a support guy. That corner was not going to hold contained.
But once again, negated by an offsides penalty.
Penalty numbers. Rams have taken the lead, Marshall, 8-7. Down the stretch we come. KC, however, 80 yards winning the yardage battle tonight.
It is really sad that we're up here tallying up penalties.
Off the hands of Watts.
Catch it, Watts. If you catch it, you walk in the end zone, son.
What else you want to do, Torrey? Come on.
It's such a tough play for the back. You're running away from the quarterback, and you want to run away from the defender as the ball leads you forward. I always told Kurt, put that ball on me. If you have to turn me around to catch it instead of leading me to the defender. If Kurt led me up the field, I took that as the defender wasn't there. If he put it on me, it told me where the guy was, so I never had to look at the defender.
Man, you were so good doing that. You don't need me to tell you that, but you guys had your rhythm. Alex Baer had it for a second, then the ball came out. They're going to call it an incomplete.
When Alex, you're not play action there. You got to dig across the middle by Baer. You're not going to get him. You're not getting a lot of opportunities tonight.
I just love the way man drilled that ball in there.
Let me tell you, Baer looked good last preseason. He has not made the plays he made last year to stick around.
That's correct.
And he too is fighting for a job. Rams going to go for it. Why not? Down 7, 24-17, coming up on 3 remaining in the fourth quarter, and they need the 12-yard line on 4th down. Mannion, incomplete. Watts fell down. Rams turn it over on down.
That right there is that's a learning point. You can't throw the ball underneath on 4th and 12.
We'll take a second look when we come back. Chiefs football.
That's what his coach is saying to him right now.
24-17, Chiefs on top of the Rams with 3:13 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Once again, time to check in with Martin Kilcoyne, tonight's FanDuel news and notes, and we'll do that after this play. The Rams turn it over on downs with a play we'll see in a couple of seconds. Marshall wants to show you what coulda, woulda, shoulda been on that play. Sean Mannion threw incomplete, and so Kansas City takes it over with 3:13 left. And Murray back at quarterback. Winding down the preseason, Murray hands to Reeves with nowhere to go. Tonight's news and notes. FanDuel news and notes from around the NFL. FanDuel, the leader in one-week fantasy football. Martin?
Andrew, we lead off with what else? Our long National Football League nightmare still not over. Tom Brady wins the appeal. The league says they'll appeal. The fact that he won his appeal, Tom Brady getting that decision in court today. Also, the Bills are concerned LaShawn McCoy may not be ready for week 1. Down in Jacksonville, tough blow. Free agent tight end Julius Thomas, a hand injury. He's out for a few weeks. And also, RG3 gets a standing ovation at a banquet in Washington. That's not the starting job, but I guess it counts for something. Forget House of Cards. The best drama in D.C. is, in fact, the Redskins. And before I get out of here, how about a shout out to Coach Torrey Holt? All the best as he teaches those young kids in Raleigh how to play in a big game.
All right, Martin, thank you.
Thanks,
Torrey.
Martin.
Yeah, coaching them up. We have a timeout. We're going to go to break here. Snack time in the booth. Snacks. 2:24 remaining. Bob Torrey Holt, Andrew Siciliano, Martin Kilcoyne.
We in here.
Danny Kluppinger down at the sideline.
We out here.
Absolutely. They're tweeting the booth maybe. Hashtag Govs Cup.
Tweet.
24-17. We've officially reached the slap happy mark here with 2:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. Or maybe we reached it a while ago.
Uh-oh, this is a big 3rd down right
It
here.
is a big 3rd down, Marshall. Brown in motion, bottom of your screen. Aaron Murray throws to Ware and throws low, incomplete.
All right.
4th down.
Okay,
the
Sean.
Rams are going to get the ball back.
You're going to get another shot, Sean. Here we go. You're going to get another shot. 2:19 left, baby. See what you got.
I don't know if Chase is going to fair catch this one.
Chase Reynolds fair caught, I think the last 3.
Since he's been in there.
He has been fair catching since he got in there. I am guessing he might have been ordered to do so. Jeff Fisher did tell us that his kickers have been ordered tonight, Marshall. Do not tackle in any way, shape, or form. Get out of the play. He said that has nothing to do with the rash of kicker injuries around the league, notably in Pittsburgh. He says
They get out of the way anyways.
He always tells his kickers, do not tackle in the preseason. Chase Reynolds calls fair catch. You called it. I mean, you called it, he called. Fair catch. And Torrey's clapping after the 47 yards.
This is good work right here.
It is. It is. I'm really excited because I want to see how they
Extremely
finish.
good work.
Well, hey, let's go back to the 4th down where they turned the ball over.
Okay.
What do we see up here? Because he threw it to Watts over the middle.
He threw it early. If you just watch, you're going to see Baer come across and Marquez come across, putting the safety in the bind. If he holds on to the ball, he's going to have an opportunity to hit one of those 2 guys.
You see Baer frustrated going up the seam there. He got behind the safety.
And
put his hand up.
here's
At that
why
point,
he's
it's too late.
frustrated. It's 4th and 12.
Right.
You never throw the ball shorter than the sticks unless the guy can get the 1st down.
Understand. A learning moment for the rookie. Let's see what he does here. except we've got a whistle and motion.
And that was exactly what Chris Winkie was talking to Mannion about as he was exiting the field. I'm sure that's what he was talking to him about. He should have been. What are you thinking on 4th and 12? Let's take a shot to the end zone.
By the way, I was just told Zerline doesn't tackle today. I believe he got credit when Conley, remember, on that kickoff, tried to reverse field and came back to the near side.
Yeah, he was there when he rolled out of bounds.
He was near the play.
Yeah.
Mannion now 1st and 15. Marquez cannot hang on. Stevie Nelson, number 20, behind him.
Those are balls that if he catch that ball, he's running out of the other side of the defense.
He is up
and
the
him and
tunnel and to
Marcus
his car.
Cooper are having a race to the
Like me and
the
AZ
end zone.
did. Like me and AZ did on Monday night.
Oh, my God.
Who can get there the quickest?
And that's about the throw. The throw gets there so quick that the defense can't respond. And he's hitting them, I'm talking about in stride.
That is a beautiful throw.
It is.
Didn't connect, however. 2nd and 15. Mannion again fires, and again they can't hang on this time. Gibbons in traffic. He got popped, but he's got to hold that ball.
You got the Chiefs doing their whatever that sound is in the building. You got receivers dropping the football.
The sound of the tomahawk chop.
The tomahawk chop.
I don't know if Gibbons has been told this, but whether you catch the ball or not, they're going to hit you, so
anyway.
you might as well just catch it.
One way or the other.
One way or the other.
They are going to hit you regardless.
It's our job to catch the football.
And you would know.
Absolutely.
7-time Pro Bowler. Last play before the 2-minute warning in all likelihood will be a screen dropped.
Yeah, it's just rubbing off on everybody now.
It is 4th down
Get
when
this
we
bunch
get back.
off.
2-minute warning.
Go sit down.
24-17. Not exactly the best series for this group on the offensive side. This one is not going to the time capsule. That tape may be burned. Rams now forced to punt on 4th and 15. We're back from the 2-minute warning. Glad you are with us as well.
It was 3 drops, right?
It was
literally
drops.
3 drops.
Literally
You had
3 drops.
Marquez, who could have taken it to the house. You had Givens in traffic, would have been a first down.
Great
guys.
catch, too. It would have been a great catch.
It would have been. And then you had the drop screen on 3rd down. So, yes, all of those things bad. Back to return. It's Tello Luckett, and he does from the far side, 26, and gets around
He's brave.
yards. Let's give him 35.
He's brave.
52-yard punt for Johnny Hecker, who has not had the best preseason. That one, though, Hecker boomed it.
And 62 and 63 still playing.
You're talking about
They in
62,
there.
Louis Trinket-Passad, and you're talking about 63, also a rookie free agent defensive lineman, and Matt Longacre.
Yep.
You're talking about 2 guys who have come in here. Credit to Les Snead and his staff for bringing these 2 in to a position that the Rams have a lot of depth. Defensive line, and both of these guys have made some plays. Aaron Murray's going to run, and that is where, and we expect Kansas City to run out the clock, see if Jeff uses his timeouts. He has 2 remaining, and he does. So 1 left as Fisher calls timeout after a 4-yard gain on 1st down, 1:44 left.
And this defense, previous series, gave the offense an opportunity for another late run to at least tie this ball game. And the offense didn't show up. And we talk about complementing each other. I'm at a loss for words with this offense right here late in this ball game.
Well, again, we're talking about a rookie quarterback. We're talking about some younger receivers, although Givens was the veteran in that group on that last possession and has been for most of the second half. 2nd and 6, again, a run to Ware. Ware's got some room. He dives, and that could be a first down. It is. So it's a first down across the 45. Trevon Reed is there. The clock, though, now winding down towards 1:30. Rams have one timeout remaining. The official looks to the sideline. Jeff Fisher is not using it, and he's taken off his headset. That's going to do it.
But they were all plays that should have been made.
You're talking about the last possession.
Last possession.
Exactly.
And
They should
all
have been
plays
made.
that should have been made.
Look, Mannion did well against Tennessee in a 2-minute offense. You cannot fault him on that last set of downs.
No, you can't.
You can't.
And I was pretty tough on him this whole fourth quarter. And he made some throws there that his teammates just didn't come through for him.
Nope. Look, Mannion, we noted earlier, did not have the best start to his night. Almost got picked off a couple of times. Could have been a pick six a couple of times as well. He eventually got into a little bit of a groove, but didn't get any help on that last possession. So the Rams are going to end this preseason winless here. The Rams are going to end 0-4, and Kansas City is going to end the preseason 4-0. Another knee, and that'll do it. 24-17, gentlemen, will be your final score.
And
Jeff Fisher goes to midfield to shake hands with Andy Reid. They played high school football against each other back in Southern California.
What position did Andy play?
He was an offensive lineman.
No, you sure?
I thought that's what Jeff said this week.
Because I saw him in the punt, pass, and kick, and he was. Have you ever seen that film?
I have not seen that.
Oh my God! It's like he was like a, I don't know. He was 6 feet. He was like 12.
All right.
In the punt pass kick
Yeah,
combination.
in the punt pass kick.
I could have sworn
with his
Jeff
pads
said
on and
this
everything.
week did.
He showed up
that
to the
he was
game
an
in his
O-lineman.
pads.
Either way, it's over. Rams fall. Final thoughts when we get back. 24-17.